You're listening to the Laugh Factory Podcast Network. For more shows, visit the podcast page at laughfactory.com.
Stupid it was. Hey guys, it's Bill Dawes. Welcome to the Afterlaugh, pre-laugh. I'm here with Tommy Wakefield. This is a cool interview. I have my friend Murray the Magician, or Murray Sawchuck, who is an incredible comic. He works at the Vegas Laugh Factory. We've been working together there for years. And he is now seriously dating my ex-girlfriend, which is
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
It's the first guest who's been dating your ex.
Yeah. Can you say Eskimo Brothers, or is that just too creepy to say nowadays in 2019? But he's an awesome dude, and him and my ex are madly in love with each other, according to Instagram. It's not like I have FOMO or anything. But this interview I was also a little bit off because the guy interviewed right before this, which we haven't aired, and we probably will never air. He came in, really well-known comic, not going to say his name. He came in and he kind of just pissed on my leg for an hour. Just kind of shit on me and mocked me. And even at the end when I said, hey, thanks for coming, he's like, yeah, thanks for having me. He did like a weird, like, sarcastic... And I don't really even know him that well. I was like, why is
Bill
he
might
hate
have
me?
been projecting just a little bit, but it was a weird vibe. The whole interview was like he wasn't answering questions.
Well, sometimes guys, like, they want to just say, hey, I'm the alpha dog. Like, I worked with Tucker Max, and Tucker Max was always like, I'm the alpha. And I was like, by the way, if you want to prove you're the alpha dog, that's the most beta thing you can do. But Murray's the alpha because he comes in.
And he knows magic. He
knows magic.
Anything.
He's banging my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Killing it, making millions. Comes in just like, what's up, bro? I'll do your podcast. That's an alpha right there. And he did it. So you can also check out this interview with Murray on YouTube as well. And make sure you subscribe on iTunes or SoundCloud and give us 5 stars and leave a great review. Anything else you want to say, Tommy?
No, just enjoy another great episode of The Afterlaugh.
All right. Enjoy Murray Sawchuck.
It's the Afterlaugh, Afterlaugh. Welcome to the Afterlaugh, Afterlaugh, Afterlaugh. Afterlaugh, man. Go ahead, pull up a chair.
But I'm really happy right now because we have someone who a friend of mine, and I always ask this, like, we're friends, right, Murray?
Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah. So
What's your
Murray
name?
Sawchuck. What the fuck am I doing here?
Bill, it's great.
Murray Sawchuck, who is a comic that I've been working alongside in the Vegas Laugh Factory for I don't know how many years now. It's been like...
I think since 2012.
2012, yeah. You had a show there, and then you moved, and then now you're back.
Yeah,
at the
I
Laugh
was
Factory.
at Planet Hollywood for 3 years, and then, we just got back about 2 months ago. So
Yeah.
6 days a week, so
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted. I know you're working on it. So we haven't had any magicians yet, and I'm always in awe of magicians because I know nothing about how anything works, and I've given up trying to figure it out and just realized I'm stupid. But
It makes 2 of us. Perfect.
well, what got you interested in being a magician? How old were you?
Oh, I was young. I was like 7 years old, and I just was not interested at school at all. I just didn't want to do anything but not education. You know, I worked on my car. I worked in the yard, planted trees. I have a couple of vintage cars, which I love working on.
What was that? You were 7 years old. You were working on your car?
No, my dad's car. Yeah, I'd
Your
help
dad's
him all
car.
the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all that stuff. So anything, if you put a book in front of me, and I like reading, which is interesting. I love reading biographies, but educational books, I just want to grab it and learn it myself. I don't want to read a book how to do it. I just want to take a screwdriver and just take it apart, put it back together, because that's how I learn. I'm a visual learner. I'm not
So you were literally taking cars apart and putting back together with your dad, like growing up and stuff. What did your dad do?
My dad worked in the railway, but the whole family worked in the railway.
Oh,
And my whole except for me, and so I was like the black sheep that wanted to go do this thing and do tricks for a living. You know what I mean? So that went over well. Dad was all about the retirement plan and all that stuff. So he used to stay in to work. I said, well, yeah, but he was up to being a professional baseball player and a musician. But his dad said, hey, you want to raise a family? It's a standard thing we've all heard.
Sure, of course.
And said, hey, you have to, really think about that. This is fun now, but hey, you got to So
I think back then it wasn't considered giving up your dreams. It was considered just becoming an adult.
Yeah, and being responsible to get through life and pay the bills. Because back in the day, as you know, if you worked for Sears, General Electric, telephone companies, they took care of you when you stopped working.
Yeah.
And to this day, they still do, a few of the companies. And that's why, there's, a lot of people that aren't greeting us at Walmart because they have a pension plan. But the ones that don't, hello, you know what I'm saying?
So your parents, they bought into the full American dream, and you were 7 years old, and you knew you wanted to be a magician at 7?
Yeah, isn't that weird? Yeah, I always was entertainment. I professionally danced when I was 5, and I played the accordion, believe it or not, for like 11 years, and I wanted a girlfriend, so I quit. But honest to God, what's lower than that? Bagpipes? I mean, it doesn't get, it's accordion, right? And honest to God, yeah, right? And I'm Ukrainian, I'm half Ukrainian, half Scottish, so that's a Ukrainian instrument.
Oh, that's okay then.
By the way, this is Emily Hagen on the
Yes.
Guys,
other
I'm just
mic.
hiding off camera drinking some cheap
Do you
yellow
want to
tail
get a little bit
wine.
closer so you'll be on the
Only
camera,
the
by the
best.
way?
I don't know.
Only the best.
Am I even in the shot over here?
Yeah.
And thank you for the Chardonnay, by the way. This is nice.
Of course,
This is
7-Eleven, the best.
This is a great one. Sunset with the
You
campfire.
do have the
Yeah, I'm trying
Capola,
to
which is
seduce you,
this is
Mary.
nice.
Appreciate that. Doesn't take much. Pretty tired.
So that's real. I'm always really amazed by people when they find out what they want to do at a very young age, because I was very late. I'm still
Were
trying
you?
to figure out. I was an engineer in college. I mean,
Oh, you're smart. Well, shit.
I guess so.
Yeah, well.
I could read books.
I mean,
and
book
be a nerd.
smart, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Not giving too
not.
much credit.
So you're 7 years old and you'd been playing accordion. Were you doing accordion with your magic at this time?
Yeah, I did everything. I was the type. So interestingly enough, my parents, they're married like 54 years.
Wow.
And
Dang.
Dad passed about 3 years ago. But when they had me, they were married. They were 13 years into their marriage when they had me.
Oh, wow.
I was the first kid, and they wanted to have more kids. Mom had like 8 miscarriages.
Wow.
So they thought, oh, here we go. We're not gonna probably have kids. And then she had. Me, which I was the 9th shot at it, and I had a twin, and the twin died in the first trimester. So once I was born, my parents were a lot older. Dad was like 43, 44. Mom was in her late 30s, so they were like, that's it. He's got 2 arms, 2 legs, possibly a brain. That's it. We're good. Just shut the factory down, and because they tried for so many years. So I also felt the pressure of wanting to be successful and wanting to be good and wanting to be the brother, the sister, the successful, do everything right and not screw things up. You know what I mean? Just because I felt they probably wanted more kids and they couldn't. I remember even for Christmas, I always had small paper routes, and I'd always get odd jobs since the age of 11. I'd work at the bakery, and I had 3 paper routes and all this, and I'd save my money, and I'd go bike riding up to the local grocery store, like a Walgreens.
Yeah.
Which, I'm from Canada, so Vancouver, so it'd be something like that. And it's called London Drugs or a drugstore, and I'd buy all small. I only have like $20 or 50 or 100 to spend for Christmas for them both, but because they didn't have other kids to buy them gifts, I would try to buy them as many as I could each.
Wow.
So I'd buy them like $5 gifts, so they'd have like 15 things to open up.
Yeah.
Versus just one big thing for like $18 that I could afford or something.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where I always felt like, I think every kid kind of wants to impress their parents or grandparents, whoever raised them.
Yeah.
I think
this is doubly for
I
you.
can't relate at all. Like, that's very thoughtful.
Perfect.
The parents are lucky if they get one gift.
Excellent. Hey, it's a start.
You're a
But
good
that's
person.
a huge
You
thing, because
know.
not only because of the miscarriages and then the twin. Yeah, I can see that being an
Yeah.
obligation to like, I'm going to be.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of pressure, and they never gave me pressure. It was myself,
For sure.
But it was one of those things where I was well aware of kind of, how lucky I was. I went to elementary school, and my parents were a lot older than all the parents of my friends. I'm like, wow, my parents are like your grandparents' age, and all that.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting. I didn't miss out on anything at all. But education-wise, they would put me in everything.
Yeah.
If I wanted to work, they'd let me go do it, any of that stuff. So I played soccer, I played accordion. Anytime I mentioned it, even if I said half the word, I like to play, I'm kicking a ball. I like to play, I'm hitting the baseball,
Yeah.
And some of the crap I couldn't stand. I played soccer for 4 years. I couldn't stand kicking a ball on a Saturday morning in the rain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all it does in Canada. So I was very fortunate in that sense. But if I wanted a Nintendo or an Atari, which is now I'm dating myself, but that's what we had. It would be an Xbox now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get it. You know what I mean? Because I have to earn it. If I did good in school, I got a B in one class, which would be like, or an A in like a mechanics or something, or acting, which is the only thing I did well in. I would get a socket set to fix my bike. So they wouldn't give me. They'd give me something that I could actually.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Learn something else with, but I wanted it because I liked it. So now I see it all the time. I just thought it was a cool present.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't really,
Did they have
do they have a plan for you? Do they want you to be something? Were they ever like, we want you to be a doctor? Or, were your parents Ukrainian? Like,
no, my dad is Ukrainian and my mother's Scottish. So they were just they wanted me to do anything I felt that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But they also wanted me to provide, if I have a family one day,
of course,
and put a roof over my head.
Yeah.
And not worry about where my next paycheck was coming from.
Yeah.
You know? So the magic thing was cute when you're a teenager.
Yeah. So tell me about you were a teenager and you were doing like talent shows in school.
Yeah, all that stuff. You know who I do talent shows with would be Michael Bublé, because we grew up in the same town. Can you believe that? Yeah, in Burnaby, BC is where we're from.
So he was doing magic too?
Sing. So because he's a singer, just so you're welcome. Hello.
I thought maybe he was also a magician.
What is his favorite song? Famous song, "Home" or whatever.
Well, "Home" is
many.
Did you know David Foster's daughter wrote that song?
Oh, really?
You know David Foster?
No,
right?
I didn't know that. I didn't know who wrote Michael Bublé songs. But things.
Yeah.
Assume
so
I know
Foster's
nothing.
like
I'm
the
stupid.
hit man, right? So he's written for everybody. Like if he writes a song for you, you're golden. Like, you know, he made Josh Groban, he made Michael Bublé, and
that's the song I know him
Celine.
for.
Yeah.
So you were friends
and
growing
Blake
up.
Shelton sang it as a country song, so we got 2 hits out of it. And so so we were together up there in the sense that we do these competitions, you know, small little family festivals, and he'd always win the vocal category, and I'd win the variety category.
Yeah.
That was it. We never done anything of it.
Yeah.
And if you go on my website, you see an old picture of him and I. It's really funny. and it was literally the year before he took off. He released his Valentine's Day album. I think it was 2002. And that was it. That was the end of it. He just took off and became a megastar, you know. But it was funny, you know, you do these things as, you know, for me as an entertainer, I just liked being in front of an audience. My first thing in front of the audience was like dancing. And
oh, wow. What type of dance?
I trained ballet for 11 years.
Wow.
And I danced
Do you want to do
Russian.
like a pirouette right now?
I think I'm going to hold back because I don't
Okay,
want
there is a bonfire.
I don't want to knock the fire and light the whole place on. We have enough fire in this city, all right? So, but it's one of those things where I did the dancing thing and then did music, played sax and accordion and all that because I figured, you know, the accordion wasn't working for me, so I thought I'd try the saxophone. Still didn't get laid.
Jesus.
But yeah, and then did soccer and baseball and tried to figure out what I wanted to do, you know?
Yeah, and so this is in high school. At what point were you like, you knew that you wanted to be a magician? Did that sort
when
of...
I saw money. You know, that kind of did it. You know, I
Where do you see money? Like a rap music video or where?
Yeah, exactly. There was no rap music back then. Can you believe that? So isn't that amazing? There's no rap music.
I
when
can't
was 7.
believe that.
I know that.
It was 2000s. Mary J. Blige.
When I was 7,
Ja
it was not
Rule?
2000s,
Maybe
but I wish it was. That'd be amazing. No, this is back in 78.
Wasn't Tupac
79.
around?
Yeah, no, he wasn't even. He
Wow,
was
you look
younger
good for
than
your
me.
age.
Thank you. I'm 79. No, I was always fascinated how people can make their own money, not working for someone in that world. I loved trying to create my own money. So I had 2 or 3 paper routes. And at the time, the Commodore 64 computer just came out. And
Yeah.
our school had one, just one. And it was in the middle of the room, security, but we could sign in and use it for an hour. And they had a program called Print Shop. And anyone who's my age knows exactly what I'm talking about right now. And it was a big deal. You could just hit something. You could print birthday cards. You can print it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous now, but it was all. So I printed one sheet off, and I had a paper route. So I do 280 houses a day delivering papers. Well, if there was a Sears or Dillard's flyer, I'd get half a cent more to put inside the paper. So I'm stacking these papers. I think, well, wait a minute. My dad makes me rake leaves, shovel snow, cut grass. And I just started doing magic. So this will translate into magic in a second. So I thought, well, if I print off a thing at the new computer school, go up to Kinko's, which we didn't have Kinko's then because we're Canada. We had Speedo printing or whatever. And I went up there, and so I made 285 copies. So as I was sticking Dillard's flyers in these newspapers, I would stick my flyers.
Yeah.
Breaking $50.
Oh, wow.
Snow shoveling
Smart.
$50.
Smart marketing.
Well, I'm getting paid to walk around to deliver them, and I'm getting half a cent for Sears and Dillard's to drop their damn thing, which makes it heavier.
Yeah.
Why not put my own thing in and make $50 a lawn or 50, right? So I started doing. So on the weekends in the summer I'd cut grass, in the fall I'd rake leaves, and in the winter I'd shovel snow, and I'd make an extra $150 to $300.
Yeah.
I was 11, 12 years old.
Jesus.
So I'd take my little shovel and walk down the street and give me a check, and you know, and so I started learning that you could make money without being under the man or the corporation.
Yeah.
So I did the magic thing, and I thought, well, birthday parties, you know, kids want to be entertained.
And how old are you at this point?
Probably 12, 13, you know.
Yeah.
At this point, because I started the magic thing at 7. You know, you do something and you put it away for 6 months, and you do it again. It's never something, you know, because at 7, everything lasts 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Everything's interesting, and then it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then at age 12, 13, I thought, well, I'm going to start doing kids' birthday parties. So because I thought I had half an hour material, which I did. Crap, but it was still material. And at that time I was taking lifeguarding lessons because it was the highest paying job I could make money with as a teenager. It was like in Canada it was around $14 to $16 an hour, which is pretty good in Canada. So I thought, well, I want to do that because that's great money and it's something I can just make money and use it to buy magic tricks or whatever I got to do. And so at the rec centers, they always have those flyers that you have rip-off phone numbers for yard sales and shit. So I went back to the print shop computer and printed off some more stuff, and I had a thing, magic show, half an hour, $50, and a phone number. So every place I went to do my swimming lessons, I would put up one of these when I was 12 and 13, and then I started getting calls.
I forgot about those. That was like effective marketing.
It's
Just
great.
like,
Really
it was
was.
at my
See it-
library, just
yeah.
like pull it off.
Yeah, they still have
It's like
them,
a pull tab.
Yeah, they still have the odd rec center now and that.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Now it's Facebook ads, but they still have that stuff.
Yeah.
Bulletin boards are important back then.
It is. That was the only way. Newspapers and that. There was no internet. You know what I mean? And a TV commercial, which no one had money for that. So that worked, and it was free. It cost me, 7.5 cents to print one, right?
Yeah.
And I put my phone number in and cut the... Anyway, so I started doing that. I started getting calls. So I made a magic table in a box and put all my crap in there and got a tuxedo.
How did you learn the magic tricks? How did you ordered them?
Yeah. I got a
mail order.
Now let's rewind to like the magic.
Yeah, how do you?
Yeah.
Because I'm always like, how does someone learn magic? Because it's like a very closely guarded world, like where we don't reveal the
Yeah,
trick.
like, who
So how do you
teaches
first
you?
get into that?
The
Did you have-
wizards.
did you have a mentor?
Wizards.
Or did you like?
And I
Saw
feel like
Harry
'cause
Potter's
you were like,
grandfather.
I feel like
No.
because you was like you were like the ninth. Your parents had so many miscarriages. Like you were supposed to be magical.
You were a magic. You were
Because
you were
Maybe it is,
magic when you
maybe
came
it is.
out.
you were
Yeah.
supposed
Maybe
to
I
do
was.
that.
You were the
thing.
first magic trick.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
in your life. Yeah,
Perfect. I'll
Um,
go with it. I'll go with it.
So
No.
yeah, how would you learn a magic? Is it like
Well, I got a magic kit like anyone gets, I think, as a kid. When you're growing up, you kind of get a bike between ages of 2 and 15. You kind of get a magic kit between 2 and, you get a hula hoop.
Yeah,
You get whatever, pogo stick. You kind of one of those toys you happen to get at certain,
I had stilts and they were dope.
See, there you go. Still, so you get the Barbie, you get the whatever, everyone gets, sooner or later you get the circle of toys that we all get, and maybe
Yeah.
one grabs on and you're in Cirque du Soleil,
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it doesn't and you're a secretary, you know what I mean? But that's okay. So
So you
the
took
magic
that
kit
right
came.
away,
Yeah,
yeah.
because see, I'd already been performing since I was 5 years
Yeah.
old in these talent shows, my accordion and all this other stuff, and dancing. So the audience was never an issue.
Sure.
I was comfortable there. But the magic, I was amazed by because I saw Copperfield vanish the Statue of Liberty. That's really what did it.
Oh, I remember that. On TV, yeah.
And I thought it was phenomenal. It was unbelievable at the time. And I thought, I know it wasn't the power, but I thought, what a cool optical illusion. And
Yeah.
supposedly he did it in real time and live and all, and he did. So I thought, well, that's kind of cool. So I got a magic kit for a birthday present from my uncle and aunt, and I just really got into it because I love the fact that I could do something for you that I'm sharing with you, but what I'm sharing isn't what I'm seeing, it's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
And I loved that. It's almost like an oasis in the desert. You see, it's a lake, but when you get there, there's nothing. It's just the
Yeah.
heat with the road, and it just creates this water look. So that's what I loved about the fact that I could create something and say this is a solid rope when it really isn't. Or I could, here's 4 cards, 4 aces, and they weren't 4 aces. But I knew they weren't, but
Yeah.
you believed it because
Yeah.
that's what you saw.
Sure.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but it was acting the fact that I believed that you saw 4 aces, not like 4 2 of hearts.
Yeah.
So, as a magician, half the battle is acting the part that you're seeing what I want you to see, and that I'm not seeing what I really am seeing. If that makes any sense. So that
Sort
was
of.
the hardest thing. You know what I mean? Like, if I have a coin in my hand, I put it in my other hand. It's not there because if it's there when I open it, it's not going to be a trick, is it?
Yeah.
Where is
so I got to
it?
fake that it's not in that hand. Well, to fake it,
Just
you
like
gotta,
give us one secret.
you got to throw a coin in your hand 100 times and then pretend. So when you throw a coin, then when you not pretend to throw a coin and it's just air, you have the same mime
Yeah.
gesture. So everyone buys. Try this one day at a party. Have coins in your pocket. Just throw some. If you don't have coins in your pocket, put them in there. Reach in and grab a pile of them in your hand and pull a coin out and show somebody the coin. And so it's that nickel. Okay, it's a 10-cent piece. And drop back in your. Make sure it goes back in your palm full of coins. Reach back in, but just pretend to grab one. Don't. Hold it like this in your right hand, like you're pinching it.
Yeah.
Like you're pinching it, and then put the coins back in your pocket. They think you're holding because you already set it up twice that you're holding a coin. Well, now you pretend and you throw it in the air,
Uh-huh.
and they will believe that you made that coin disappear because you set their brains up
Yeah.
to see that cycle, because that's how we work. That's how magic works.
Yeah. So it's kind of like your hands become actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the way you're setting the brain up. If I said this to you, you probably had this happen. If I said this to you, all right?
Say it.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. So, but answer me quick. Don't think about it.
Okay.
Super easy. You just answer. Just don't
It's
even
fine.
think about it. Okay.
I usually don't think before I speak.
Okay, perfect. So, so if I say, spell, coast.
COAST.
Okay. Spell most.
MOST.
Spell ghost.
GHOST.
What do you put in a toaster?
Toast.
No, you put bread. Huh?
Ah, you got
So that's
me.
how it works. So that's
Damn
how
it, I thought I
magic
was smart
works.
for a
I get
second
you
there.
already there. You can't come back.
Yeah.
If you give it an extra 2 seconds, you'll visualize it and go, I don't put toast in the toaster.
You're right.
But
Toast
because
happens after you
that's
put the bread in.
yes, unless
God
you work
damn
it
it.
differently, which is
Yeah.
fine. Hey,
Yeah.
it's
No,
your
I don't
country.
put toast in a toaster.
You don't. You
fucking
sure?
got me.
You sure?
Yeah.
Dude, test
See?
Bill.
So you feel like magic is like that. That's a metaphor for how magic works.
Indirectly, because you take your brain on this kind of like comedy. You know, what I mean? You take them on the story, but as you know, say you jump into a joke, you're writing a joke, and you think in your head it's right. The story's there, and you can get them to that place. But if you're doing a joke about camping or the ocean, well, if you don't set the scene of the ocean, you just do a joke about the surfboard. Well, we're in the water. I didn't know
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
you gotta set that scene. Oh, and I'm on the beach. The sun. Now they're there with you. But if they're not, the line's not going to hit, right? Because
Sure.
they're not at the beach with you yet. So now once you have them there, now you've got them there.
Yeah.
And then when you make that hard left turn for the punchline, then it's whatever it is, But you put them in that world. Same
it.
with magic, like I just did. I had you on this thing of most. So now you're already there.
I mean, was that magic, or was that you just like outsmarting me?
No, it's not. It's not anything about being
Maybe
smart.
that's magic.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not anything about being smart or not. It's the fact of
Maybe
just
it's like our
setting your brain
initial
up.
reactions. It's like immediately I was like toast, but like
Sure.
that wasn't the answer.
Well, it's like this. Here's another one. It's
People
a
are
bit
actually like
harder.
quick to the draw.
So I'll do another one for you. All right. So now you know the game now.
No, do it to Bill.
Okay, we'll do it to Bill.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
see if
All right,
Bill's
Bill.
smart.
Okay.
So
I'm going to be extra smart for this one.
Yeah, I know. I got to think about this because I got to think about it. So I'm going to spell it,
Okay.
and then you just say the word.
Okay. Shit.
Okay. I'll speak slow. So MACKENZIE.
Mackenzie?
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
No, it's not. I'm not challenging
Jesus,
you. I'm just.
I
It's
did
just
it.
normal words. I'm not.
High
It's not
five.
a big,
I did it.
Good job.
You
Am
know?
I done? Am I done? No.
MACDONALD.
McDonald.
Oh, good. Very good. That's very good. MACINTOSH.
I was gonna be at a spelling bee tonight.
Macintosh.
Yeah. Very good. MACHINE.
Machine.
Very
Boom.
good. That's very good.
But I was ahead of it. I
Yeah,
knew
of
that. I
course.
knew
You
that.
know
I
it's
knew what
going.
the
I was like
reversals were.
Machinia.
Exactly, and that's that's where people
Yeah.
go because you got the Mac, and
It's
because
a
you see it
pattern.
you see the syllable, you don't see the.
You're right.
And then you're McKean, and
I was like Machinia.
And what is it again? It's McKean, and I've sat with people and they've been pissed off like it's McKean. What are you talking about? It's McKean. I'm like, McKean, really? Well, what the hell is a McKean?
But
I don't know. You just want me to say? I'm like McKean. Really, write it out for me.
But
And
how
they
does
go,
this,
"Ah,
how does
son
this
of a
apply
bitch."
to magic? Like, what tricks are you leading
It's-
people in this direction?
Magic's all about the mind.
Yeah.
See, if you're
Mm. I feel like
blind,
it's
there's
visual
no
too,
trick.
though.
See,
Right.
Stevie Wonder doesn't like my show.
Has he ever came?
No, he's never found me.
I doubt it. You should like play music at your show. That'd be cool.
No, but it's true though. Like magic is a visual art. That's
Yeah.
why whenever I do a show for my tech writers and that, if it's over 250 people, I always have a live feed now. I never did before
Yeah.
because I just thought, well, they're paying me. I'm doing it. If they can't see me, they can't see me. Well, it really does affect your bottom line because if
Sure.
the audience isn't laughing or being amazed, then you don't get rebooked and don't make a revenue and all other crap. So now when I do things, I say if it's over 300 people, I need it to be seen. It has to be seen because that's it. Like a lot of physical.
Why do
comics
magicians
have to be
love
seen,
handkerchiefs?
Handkerchiefs?
Yeah, I feel
They're
like
small and tiny,
they're
silky,
used a lot.
see-through.
It's a common prop. I
Kind
feel
of like
like.
my soul, huh?
I feel like all the children's parties I went to as a kid, they always use like they juggle. Magicians would they would juggle and then they would use a lot of like handkerchiefs for a lot of the props, like coins and
Well,
handkerchiefs.
it's because they're cheap.
Ah,
Magicians
maybe
don't have
I
a lot
was.
of money.
I'm like from a small
right,
town.
nothing
I
to
dealt with like
realize.
low level magicians. Okay.
You have no money and you're trying to impress
My
them.
magicians were like math teachers that doubled as magicians on the weekends.
That's shady.
Yeah.
I think they just wanted extra income to like get a better yard.
Is that what they're calling it?
Maybe.
Perfect. All right.
Or to pick
Or to
up
go to
chicks.
Myrtle Beach for vacation. I don't know.
Myrtle
So-
Beach. Wow, nice.
So,
Magic Beach.
That's where they went.
Nice.
so let's get back to Murray's story. You were doing kids parties, making some money at 12, 13. At this point, you knew you wanted to be. You were a professional just because you're making money.
Yeah, I was making an extra $200, $300, $400, $500 a weekend.
That's a lot for a 12-year-old.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I was.
Dude, that's more than I make now.
Nice, perfect.
Fucking A,
I'll teach you a
dude.
couple tricks. You can stick those things on the board at the rec centers and see what you get if you get booked. I like that fact because I was doing that, and I had, of course, a job. But I worked at a bakery making these meat pie shells for the bakers. So after school, I'd go there, do 3 hours, and I get paid like 25
Would you ever
cents
make
a
the meat
train.
pie and then go?
Exactly.
Like that?
Boom, gone. Exactly. They could see that. It was very good. Perfect. And so it's one of those things where I love the fact of making money and then spending it to better something else. So that's what I did. I would take the money from my other jobs, the normal ones I just did for money.
Yeah.
And to buy better magic tricks and to buy, one-liner books and all the stuff we kind of learn how to be funny and be entertaining and all that. And so I did that for years. As in my teenage years, my dad would drive me because I couldn't drive until I was 16, obviously.
And this is a cute little hobby for
yeah,
them at this point.
It was great. Yeah, it was cool. And he's making his own money. Shit.
Yeah, great.
And also I had my own jobs and school was okay. I was never a great student. I barely, if I got C+, it was a great month or semester, whatever it was.
Wait, I thought you got A's and B's to get that socket to fix your bike.
I did. That was in mechanics and acting. So that was the two things I excelled at. Yeah.
And so when you get to that precipice of like 17 or 18 where it's like you got to make the decision, did you know at that point, did you go to college?
I have a degree in broadcasting journalism and a minor in business and marketing, because I wanted to be on the radio.
Yeah.
Well, now at this point, so going back to like when I was 13, I wanted to get a Yellow Pages ads. I figured that's a great way to advertise. I had enough money.
Oh, wow.
So I thought, well, this is great because that's the only way. There's no internet, remember?
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's the only way to get more bookings. So I put an ad out. And so, in the Yellow Pages ad, if you put, say, my magic show is Magic with Murray.
Yeah.
But if you go, magic show with Murray, well, that means the A will put you at the top of the listings. See?
Interesting.
So there's little tricks like that to keep you in front of the first people trying to phone you to get a booking. So I learned a lot of little things like that. Well, I realized I also had to have a business line. I couldn't use my regular phone. The house line. So that's another expense.
Do your parents know you were doing this?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they thought it was great. So I had in my bedroom, I had my little business line.
Your parents also love you. You're like an entrepreneur. You're like a prodigy.
Yes. So I had this little business phone in because I had to get a second phone because you had to have a business line. So telephone company has to come. You pay the big $350 to put the line in and the phone and all that crap they do. And so then what happened? I started getting quite a few bookings and I couldn't do them all.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give them away. So I started booking my friends and took 10-15%.
Oh, wow.
Now he's an agent.
You're an
Sure,
agent.
why not?
Guy.
Of course, yeah, of course. Why not? It's my gig. They called me.
Yeah.
So why not farm somebody out to it? So I started, and then I realized I could make more money if I had face painting and balloon animals, an extra $50 each.
Yeah.
So I found magicians that would do that, and if they didn't, I said, learn. Do a cat, a dog face, and a fish face, and that's it. Just do 3. That's their choice.
Do you recognize that having this like presence of mind at that age is very unusual? Like I think I was still trying to figure out which hand I jerk off with at 13.
Damn, Bill.
I haven't figured
Figured
that
that
out
out too.
there.
But
that's like really impressive. Like you were agenting, you were managing, you were farming out jobs, you were like telling people
that
what
weird?
to do. It's amazing.
Yeah, his priorities were different than yours, apparently.
it was just, I just liked making money. You know what I mean? I liked the fact, and it wasn't money, meaning I wanted.
Were you saving it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I bought my first car when I was 15 because
Good for
I
you.
loved cars.
What
I
was
wanted to
your car?
drive. It was a truck because I needed to carry all this crap around and do my shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Toyota
And I
Tacoma?
wanted a '69 Camaro is what I wanted. And
wow.
And a '67 Mustang. And my dad was like, "Okay, how is a song and a half box going to fit in that car?" And he's like, "Think about it, son. You want to do this for a living?" So now he's doing the other thing.
Oh,
now.
wow.
You want to do this for a living? You're serious about this? So how are you gonna rent a truck every time? Well, it's gonna cost you money. So now, how much are you gonna charge for a show? Now you gotta rent a U-Haul or a whatever, a Penske truck. And so now, but if you had a truck, well, there it is.
Yeah.
It's 2 for 1. You can drive around town and you can use it for your show. Well, I didn't have much of a choice because Dad was right.
Yeah.
So I went and got a truck, a little red Nissan truck, which ironically I still have to this day. Can you believe that?
That's
It's
amazing.
17
Wow,
years
it's
old.
like
I still have
vintage
it's
now.
mint condition. Yeah, it's mint condition. I've restored the whole thing.
You still
Wow.
drive it
And
around?
it's- Yeah, still. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's my favorite vehicle of all my cars. It's my favorite. Everyone laughs. So I got some kind of cool cars, and that is my favorite. As soon as I pull up, oh my God, you got the red truck. Because everyone knows that was the one I did all my birthday parties in.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I still got it.
What was
So-
driving you? Was it just like the curiosity of magic? Because I look at that and I go, I've never been that driven in my entire life.
You're
So
driven though, just like in
you are
different
pretty driven,
ways.
though.
Well, but so
You're an engineer.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway.
Okay.
No, okay.
Let's build
So
a house.
I just feel I'm always like
wrong.
really like particularly when at that age I wasn't driven by anything other than like I don't want to let my parents down.
Okay, well that's a
Was
common
that part?
denominator.
Was that part of
Sure.
like what you're doing as well?
Yeah, and I wanted to be successful. Like I don't know what it was. I felt like I looked up to a lot of older people.
Yeah.
In my life, like when I watched.
Yeah, like I was trying to be
You
a
know.
Spice Girl,
See, there you go. That's well,
but that
was your
wasn't like
era.
trying to build. I wasn't building businesses at age 13.
No, but Spice Girl, that's somebody that you grew up watching that was successful,
Who
like
do you-
massively successful.
Who'd
Yeah,
you look
just-
up to?
Yeah.
Spice Girls.
No. David Copperfield? Was
No,
he
I
one of-
looked up to Walt Disney. I looked up to Lawrence
Cool.
Welk, which
Great
I don't know if
show.
anybody you know who
Accordion.
that is. Yeah,
Of
Accordion.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked up to the shows I watched on TV. I watched That's Incredible on TV, and I
Oh
watched
yeah, I remember that.
all these shows that I remember writing. I still have these letters. I just found them about a month ago in my garage. I would watch something on TV, and I would see like Oprah Winfrey or Elizabeth Taylor's doing a AIDS Foundation charity. And at that time, Elizabeth Taylor was one of the biggest stars in the world in the
Sure.
80s, you know. And Oprah was just starting, but still big in late 80s and 90s. And so I would write a letter. I'd catch as the end of the program would run, I would, on the VHS tape, we'd record, and
Yeah.
I'd slow it down, pause, and I'd get the address of
Oh
her company.
wow.
And I'd mail a letter saying, hey, I'm a magician from Vancouver, Canada. I'm sure you have a lot of stars that would be more than happy to help you. I said, I know you don't know who I am, but I'd love to more than happy offer my services to fly down to LA, and I'd perform in one of your shows to help you raise money for the AIDS Foundation, because I think it's a wonderful thing, you know, when it was a big epidemic in the 80s.
Sure.
And sure enough, she wrote me back. I'm sure it wasn't her. I'm sure it was a secretary.
This is
but
Oprah's people.
Oprah and Elizabeth Taylor, and
wow.
Arsenio Hall. I wrote him when I couldn't, when I
Jesus.
wasn't even a good magician, and I got all their letterheads still. Of thanks so much. We'll consider you. We got you in our files. It's stock kind of thing. But
Have you ever met
know.
them since and been like, have they ever come to a show? Any of them?
None of them. Because I never got to a point where I was good enough for them to see me. I don't think. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, Elizabeth Taylor. You know, she just
Of course
wasn't in
she's
my
nice,
world,
yeah.
and then she got so much older. Oprah Winfrey, no.
Yeah.
But
Arsenio, I could see that.
Arsenio, yes, I saw Arsenio when he played Vegas, but I don't know him. I've
Yeah.
never read, but he loves magic.
Yeah.
Arsenio, actually.
Yeah.
So, and him and Johnny Carson were kind of close because Johnny Carson loved magic.
Yeah.
That's how he started. Yeah. and
Yeah.
So so does Steve Martin. So, but yeah. So back to that whole Yellow Pages and trying to make money thing and all that stuff. I thought, well, I have this degree now in radio television.
Yeah.
Dad's like, yes, got a real job, work
Yeah.
for a radio station. And of course, I want to be the morning drive. That's the shift to be on. That's
Sure.
That's the Ryan Seacrest
You
time.
like
isn't
getting
it,
up
you know?
early in the morning?
The most
No,
listened
I just
to
like
one.
the money again. See,
Yeah.
we're back to that, right? So
I didn't
Yeah.
know journalism had any money in it.
Well, if you're a radio
yeah, if you're
host
Ryan
in the morning,
Seacrest, there's a lot of money.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. tell me
You know
about
what I mean? Or Tom Bergeron or any of those
Yeah.
people. You know what I mean? But
it. And this time when
so-
radio was huge too.
yeah, of course. Well, sure.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Ryan Seacrest
so,
wasn't around then.
You know, no, not then.
Who
he
was the
wasn't,
Ryan
so.
Seacrest then?
Well,
Regis
well, not
Philbin?
here. I mean, Rick Dees. Yeah, in this town.
Rick
It's
Dees,
sure.
totally.
So,
Casey Kasem.
oh my God, yeah, for sure.
Maybe.
Yes, I got him to say my name, Casey Kasem, before
Oh,
he
really?
passed away. I was
wow.
doing a charity thing,
Cool.
the Prism Awards, the Beverly Hills Hotel, and I was one of the presenters, and it was his voice that brought us on stage.
Oh, that's
And that
nice.
voice is so iconic.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that voice. And so and I have it at home. I have that recorded because it's just one of those voices that you kind of like, man, I'd love to have. It's just such a cool voice.
Yeah, of course.
So anyway,
Can you do it? Can you do his voice?
I can't. I got to think
fuck.
of it again. If I heard, I could mimic it.
Oh,
Yes.
God, yeah,
Well,
I can't.
no, I can't do it. I got to
Yeah.
hear it. It's been so long. But yeah. So I didn't want to go up to like a small town of 500 people and make $850 a month.
Yeah.
Trying to be a radio star because you're not going to get in the radio in the morning on a major network on a major city.
Yeah.
In a long time. You're going to do the afternoon drive, the midnight drive, and all that other stuff. So midnight's not even a drive to sleep. And so, so I thought, and at that point, I was already making about $3,500 a month doing magic shows. At 17,
How old were
18,
you?
I was 19,
Jesus
18,
Christ.
19.
Dude.
So I was booking people.
You should have a
and I had
TED
all this-
Talk.
So yeah, so I was doing all that, and I thought I can't go up there and do this damn career. I got this thing going now,
Yeah.
and I'm doing tricks for a living. People are paying for me, and I'm still fooling them. Like I'm still making money off this crap.
Yeah.
So and it still is crap, but 30 years later. But I thought, well, that's it. I'm going to hang that on the wall, and just do this thing.
Yeah.
So I started mailing. I started figuring out how do I make more money and get this show from this kid's birthday party, one convention or corporate show a month thing.
Yeah.
To how can I get my name out there? Like, how can I do this? And don't forget, reality TV still wasn't around yet. Internet wasn't around yet. So how do you get the hell out there?
Yeah.
You know?
The Yellow Pages.
Yellow, that's honest to God, you know? And so so I thought, well, I'll go on cruise ships. So I started writing agents because they paid really well, cruise ships.
Yeah.
And so so I wrote one agent in Vancouver, and I kept sending him my stuff for like 4 or 5 years.
So you send him your stuff. What do you mean? Like
I had a press tape.
VHS?
Yeah,
tapes?
VHS tape now.
Yeah.
And of my act, like or sizzle, like which now we send on, you know, on YouTube or whatever we send now, you know, or on a hard drive. But an 8x10 photo on your resume and all this other crap. And sure enough, my parents are away at their kind of summer place, and I get the phone call, and a phone call because there's no cell phones yet, right? We're not in that area. So the phone rings. Hi, Murray, it's Mr. John Whitefoot. And John Whitefoot was the booker in Vancouver.
Wow.
And he says, it's Murray. I said, yeah, it is Murray, Mr. Whitefoot. And it was him calling, not the secretary, not the other agents at the office, the man that was on the title of the building. And he was the guy that booked every musician.
And you already knew his name and everything.
Oh, man, I've been mailing stuff for 5 years trying to get it. You know that one damn place you want to play, you just keep sending shit until they book you.
Good
or
for
not.
you. I feel like I avoid doing that always.
Oh,
I'm like, never mind. They can come to me.
Oh, I'm the worst.
They're never
at
coming
that.
though.
Oh, I'm the worst. It's true, you have
So
to.
you're good at knocking on doors.
Yeah, because you never give up. That's the key. You never,
You're
ever
persistent.
give up. Oh, I'm a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. Yeah.
That's great.
That's
though.
a certain personality.
So you got the call.
You're not afraid.
Yeah. So he calls me. I said, great, Murr. So he says, look, this is when I was 19, so this is 93. So I said, as you got up, how old I am?
Fuck, I was in kindergarten.
Nice. Well,
I think in Northridge.
not looking like that. No.
Northridge this happening.
So anyways, so I get this call, and I'm like, yeah, Murray, I got a cruise ship for you. It's out of Montreal, going to New York. 7-day cruise, 2 weeks. So it's 7 down, 7 back. So it's 14-day cruise, 2 weeks. You need 2 45-minute shows and a 15, all different.
You had nothing close to that, did you?
Not even close.
Yeah.
And he's like, can you do it? I'm like, it said, the pay is $1,100 a week, U.S. money, and I'm in Canada still.
Yeah.
So at the conversion at that time, that was about $1,800 a week Canadian. Wow. It's more than most of my family members made.
Yeah.
So that's a ton of money back in '92. So I said, yeah, of course I have the material. What are you doing? Come on. You know, I've been doing this for days, and so he said, great. I said, when does it leave? So he calls me on a Monday, and he says, you fly on Friday. I said, so Friday, this Friday? He says, yeah. Today's Monday, so Tuesday, Wednesday. You gotta get a U.S. bank account because you're gonna pay in U.S. money, and then you give me the checks ahead of time, post-dated every 2 weeks. Because by the way, the contract's 2-month contract. So, you know, it's going to be, you know, $10,000 a month. You know, $10,000 at 19 American, which is like $17,500 Canadian.
Yeah, adjusted for inflation would be...
Exactly.
You know.
Mine's commission, so I make $14,000 or so. So I was like, oh, yeah, inflate? Yeah, sure, it'd be a lot more money now.
Yeah.
So I said, no problem. It's great. Just scan over your passport, fax it over. This fax machine's around. And then we'll get your ticket, and I'll send the contract over, you sign it. That's great. Congratulations. Great. Thank you. And I just hung the phone. I didn't know what the hell to say. So my parents are down their place, which is about an hour and a half away in Washington, the state of Washington. We have kind of a cabin ranch down there. And so I got to call them. So I'm excited. I literally cartwheel. I was like, holy shit, this is where I can actually make money.
You're like, this is my moment.
More than I can actually make money to buy a home now.
Yeah.
That was what clicked in my head. I wanted to buy my own house. I had all this thing because I was so worried about not having a car, not having a home, not being able to support myself in life because life's hard, right?
How old were you this time?
19.
19. Damn. So, but all this stuff because it's just what it was.
At 19,
so I was kind of, so I ended up, so I called mom and dad. Oh my God, we're coming right back home with gas. I got to leave Friday. I got to get all this stuff done. I need to put my stuff in something. I don't know how the hell. I got to transfer the show. I need a show. And I had barely 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a good 20 minutes, and the rest was pretty shite.
Yeah.
And then I had 15, which is another shit, and then I didn't have 45.
But you could talk, so I feel like you could fill the time.
I couldn't talk then.
Really?
I'm 100 years old now. Yeah. So, but at 19,
you
I
look
couldn't
great for
say
your age,
God.
though.
Thank you very much. It's not like a pickle. It just stays the same. And so I ended
You're
up.
23. I don't know.
So I ended up. So I ended up, my dad gave me his old steamer trunk. Like the ones you buy now for like a coffee table. I'm, oh, they're really nice.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
he really had one. Like he really used it. Like that was what they used. Like, so he's like, you can use that. I'm like, okay. That only weighed like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, of course.
So, but at that time, you could fly in airlines. You could fly with anything. You bring an elephant, carry on. You know,
You
because
bring a big oak chest.
anything you want. There was no real weight. There was none of this gas. What's that? Load up the engine. You know what I mean? Nothing. Yeah, they serve real meals with a real knife and all that crap. Real glassware.
Sign
Kill
me
people
up.
with.
You could smoke.
You kill a whole plane with that stuff. Exactly. Yeah, sure. So it's just one big joint that you're flying. I mean, really, let's be honest. It's like a hot box. So, anyways, I said great. So then I realized I don't have enough material.
Yeah.
So I got 5 days to figure this out. Remember, there's no internet, so everything's, I gotta go to the magic store. Or I gotta have a catalog. Well, there's a magic store in New York, a really famous magic store called Tannen's Magic.
It's still
The
there.
oldest, it's still there. The oldest magic store in
Ooh, mysterious.
in New York. Yeah, it's ancient, and Copperfield used to go there as a
what
child.
part of New York is it?
It's right
In the village?
in Manhattan, but I don't know the exact cross streets. I've been there though.
Yeah.
But it's just above, I would say it's about 11 blocks north of Central Park.
Cool.
And then like 5 to the left, but I just don't know New York.
Yeah,
I've been there
yeah,
lots,
yeah.
but I don't know that one.
Old
So.
school New York.
Oh yeah, sure. You go up 3 floors,
Yeah,
and then,
yeah, yeah.
and then the elevator has
Nice.
the metal thing,
Oh,
and then
yeah, that's
and then
so
you
old
pop out, and
school.
then there it is, and the wooden doors that
There's
open
a
up the glass.
100-year-old guy that's like, hello.
Exactly. Yeah, the warden doesn't know
Hello.
randomly.
Welcome to the magic
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I went in there, but I didn't go in there because I'm in Canada, right? So, but they have a catalog you order, and you pay $10. Well, I had the catalog, so I literally realized, okay, I got to leave in 4 days. Mail, I can't, but I'm out of New York. So, and I knew I had enough material to do the show down to New York from Montreal. So I packed all the material I had. And it was so bad I had to actually put on an orange dolly because the thing didn't have wheels and it
Yeah,
weighed
yeah, yeah.
110 pounds. So I
Why
got a
was
dolly, I got the thing,
Why
I
was
got
it orange?
because every dolly seems to be orange. I don't know
Oh.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah, every dolly. I don't know why.
I'm not that familiar with dollies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a thing. If you're a real dolly, you're orange. So, hey, how you doing?
Hi, I
That's
thought
pretty
you were Andy Warhol for a second.
Well,
what
thanks.
I
The second
said.
person said that. Yeah, I'm back
Neighbor
from the
me.
dead. Yeah, let me paint you. And so I.
I
ended up-
studied you in art school. You were fabulous. Too
Well,
bad
thank
you
you.
died.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've come back for a moment, just
For all
a
of you
short
guys
moment.
tuning in, we have some random neighbors commenting
Exactly.
on our guest. Amazing hairstyle.
Exactly, mocking my look
People,
that I stole from somebody
you
else.
might confuse him with Andy Warhol, but
Basquiat was underrated.
Yes,
Yes.
now
Yes.
they're throwing out random
They're creating
artist
the-
references.
accordion player, Basquiat. No, I guess not.
Should we start talking about Banksy? Like, let's go.
Yeah, okay, whatever works.
All right.
So yeah, so anyway, so I get the orange dolly, get there. Now here's the deal: if I go on, so I called him. So I went to the catalog and I bought another 45 minutes worth of magic because I knew I could order it, get it to the pier.
That's a funny sentence. I bought 45 minutes
Yeah.
worth of
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah, honest to God, I bought. Oh, this will work, and that's 15 minutes. That's 4 minutes. It's kind of like calling your best friends, going, "I need all the hack jokes
How
you
many
got. I need a
handkerchiefs?
goddamn 30-minute set for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
second, you know."
Yeah.
Or you just whatever. And so,
How do you have the props to
I have
make
a
the magic
question.
happen?
well, what happened? Yeah.
If you're a magician, you're like, I bought 45 minutes. Like, I feel like you can master some tricks, but like, are you just good at all the tricks?
No, you learn. And I was,
Is there like a guidebook,
You must
like a
have- you
manual?
must have had talent
like,
for
who's
sleight of hand,
teaching?
though.
Who's teaching
Yeah,
you these things?
and I did a lot of it. At that point, I'd already done magic for almost 10 years.
But who's
Yeah.
teaching you this? Is
Myself.
There like
I was all self-taught.
But they give you this kit. Is there like a manual?
Yeah, instructions come. It's
There's
just
no
a magic
YouTube
kit.
tutorials back
No,
then.
not at all. Oh, no, you
Was the
a man,
mystical
man,
man
so
that
easy now.
man
You,
the shop teaching you, or
no,
is it all
you actually have to read. You have to read.
You have to read
an
it.
We just
instructions,
have,
yeah.
since we're not, we have this weird
Yeah.
We're not
idea that there was a
magicians.
mentor who's like, you're my apprentice.
Yeah, this is before
Exactly.
Harry Potter.
I'm picturing like
Yes.
an old Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, like coming in a
That's so
sun, and
funny.
then they're like doing
Yeah.
the thing.
So you self-taught. You
So I
found
self-taught. I
spirit.
read instructions, which are really hard because in YouTube you can mirror it, right?
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
But when you're reading instructions, they say the left hand goes under the right hand, and you put this. You're like, okay, I gotta go. You have to read the instructions 20 times.
Yeah. It's like IKEA furniture building.
Oh my God, that's another. Yeah, exactly, right. And then the thing lasts 3 weeks. So then you go buy
I think
another
your
one.
magic lasts a lot
You know?
longer.
I'm not sure about that. So yeah, so I got all this. So what I realized, if I mailed 45 minutes or an hour material to the pier, I'd have the 45 minutes and 15 because I did that stuff for long enough. I could do it well.
Yeah.
It may not be great, but it was what I had. And then once I get to New York, I'm gonna grab all that stuff. And my show wasn't for 3 days till in the cruise.
Okay.
So I had 3 days to literally
We're
not
on
sleep
the ship.
in my room, and then I needed to put music with the stuff because some stuff has music. Well, there weren't CDs around, so I had a dual cassette player, and I bought a bunch of like mixed tapes that had just random music on it. So I was making tapes that would go with the tricks. I mean,
Oh my god.
so I put together.
You had
a
no one
fucking
helping
show.
you.
No, it's
like,
me in my
watching
cabin.
you,
I had no
How do you know if
assistants.
the tricks look good? Because
I had a mirror. I just did in the mirror.
Okay.
So and I had a 8mm videotape. I was
Okay.
brought a
I
video
really
tape.
want to see the magic. I'm so intrigued.
It was crap. You didn't want to see it, but I got through it.
Not if you're making $3,500 a month.
So
Yeah,
you
so-
did this for 2 months on this.
Yeah. So I had the material and I pulled it off, and but it was crap. I mean, the show is just horrendous. But I got through it. The tricks worked. And there's a cruise director that really liked me. Her name was Leslie Spencer, and she sits down with me. She says, "Hey, Mer, your contract's 2 months long. It's got 2 weeks left. Usually, once I come on a ship, I like to change all the entertainers over once their contracts are done. I like a new batch."
Yeah.
And this is the days when you have to be a headliner and you had to do duties.
Yeah.
So I had to do bingo, I had to do gangway
Our cruise
duty.
is difficult too. I've had a lot of friends that do cruises, and there's a lot of rules. And
Well, now it's a lot different than it was when I started. I started when it was Poseidon's Adventure. Let's be honest. It was it's when a ship looked like a ship.
there's a lot of perks though too.
You know what I mean? Sure, there's a lot of perks. You save your money, you make a
Travel
lot.
the
Yeah.
world.
You have an audience of 1,800 people every night.
Oh, really? It was that big?
Huge. No, now.
Okay.
Back then it was about 650. That's
Yeah.
as big as the ships
Still a
were.
great
Yeah.
audience.
Sure. And it's a forced audience. They got nothing else to do, and they're stuck in the middle of the ocean. So you know what? Buckle in, partners. It's
And were
showtime.
you doing comedy with your magic at this point?
No, I was just doing straight magic.
Oh,
I was
wow.
just doing straight magic, and so.
So what were you saying between tricks? You're like, here's my next trick.
Exactly, and I
Yeah.
do the fan, and yeah, I would be doing. I just do a standard introduction, and I won a few awards. That was my introduction and all that, and I would just talk, and I'd have a couple of funny lines, but it was just because the trick warranted that. It's kind of happened, but it wasn't thing I forced.
You weren't writing comedy lines around your magic.
No, and then funny, a really pivotal moment happened for me. So I got in the ship thing. I figured out how to be half decent, and that cruise director said, "Do you want to extend and stay longer?" She liked me. She says, "But look, we really need an assistant cruise director who knows the computer," and I knew how to use a computer, and a PageMaker, which they were using at the time, and to do the daily program. He says, "Yeah, I know how to use it. So if you want to stay on, I'll keep you, and you can become an assistant cruise director." Because I was just a regular, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
And this is with that, you get an extra salary of 1% of all the other 7 ships' revenue of their
Jesus.
gambling money, which is bingo, horse racing. So I made another extra $2,000 or $3,000 a month off that, because back in the day it was all cash.
Yeah.
And bingo and horse racing, all these other crap games. So it was a good thing for me. So I said, yeah, I'll stay, because all I wanted to do was get good. I could type a program, but I wanted to get better at magic. I wanted a theater, and you know what I do? In the evenings, a few of the comics would come on and befriend me, and they said, "Murray, you should try this line. This is just an old standard line.
Yeah.
About hair or about." I didn't have my hair like this.
Do you
either,
remember any of
messed
these
up.
lines?
No, I'm trying to think of the jokes. Hickory Dickory Dock. That joke. The joke is, the hell's the joke now? The joke is, anyone of you took the bus today? No, but just me. Okay. So, and they said, well, on cruise ships is great. You guys want to go on a tour? Yeah, I just want a tour.
Yeah.
So, well, I just met. Do you guys have a chat with the bus driver? No, well, I did. And he had the greatest story about one of the passengers last week on the ship. And I got to tell us, she's late 20s, and she wanted to do something medical to her. She wanted to increase the size of her chest. So she goes and sees Dr. Johnson. And Doc says, yeah, you got to do 2 things. You got to say a poem, and you got to do an exercise. You got to move your arms back and forth. And then you have to say the poem. The poem is, Mary had a little lamb. Her fleece was white as snow. And every time I go like this, my chest is sure to grow. Every day. Same time every day, the whole year. No problem. All of a sudden, she looks down at her watch, 2 months in the program. She happens to be on the guy's bus.
Yeah.
She stands up, runs to the back of the bus. Top of her lungs, she yells, Mary had a little lamb. Her fleece is white as snow. And every time I go like this, my chest is sure to grow. Well, the bus driver stands up, walks to the back of the bus and goes, do you know Dr. Johnson? She says, yes. Why do you? And he goes, Hickory Dickory Dock. And that's the joke, It's just my first dick joke. And it kills. And it still kills to this day. And I still do it. And it's just one of those things. And but it's still a joke, and I didn't know how to say it. And so I would go up. What I loved about being on a cruise ship is I lived 4 floors below a 650-seat theater in my backyard.
Yeah.
So almost every night, when I wasn't trying to get in the crew bar or trying to meet a girlfriend or whatever, I would go up there between 1 and 3 in the morning with the cleaners vacuuming that, and I'd stand on the stage, and I'd pretend to do a joke to this end and look above and look over here, and then I'd do a trick, and because the stages on those ships were 180 degrees, so I had people, which is okay for comedy. This is wonderful, but for magic, it's horrible because it's like
everything should be 100%
of the people are going, "Oh, he's amazing," and then the other 80% like, "Wow, that's how he did the trick," you know. So you know, so that's the other problem. It's great to be funny. And that's fine because you can be funny with people all around you.
Exactly.
But you can't be very magical always, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So anyways, that's how that all happened. And then, so I would go up there in the middle of the night and just practice. So I loved that fact.
That's amazing,
Because I thought one day I'm not going to have this.
Yeah.
And I'm not good. So I got to really get good. So I never forgot that.
Yeah.
Because I saw some acts that were great. I'm like, God damn, they're just destroying. Because they were pros.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And then I got extended 5 times. I spent 7.5 months on the cruise ship.
Wow.
Came back with a lot of money because I saved it all.
A lot of money. You were great probably at that point.
Well, yeah,
really
because,
good. Yeah.
I was getting better, a lot better when I first got on.
Yeah.
But I had the 7-month crash course of, let's get it together. This is your moment. This is either you're gonna go and be a DJ up north for $800 a month, or you're gonna actually make this a career.
Yeah.
And then after that, I did 18 years on cruise ships.
Wow.
And the pay changed, and the ships changed, and the pay went from $1,100 a week to $4,500 a week to $7,500 a week.
Yeah.
So. And then when I stopped the ships, it was around $7,500 a week, and it's a lot of money. You know, for just walking out there. And sure it is. Bought my houses and all my stuff I had, because you can't. I never spent it. I just saved it. You know, I have a couple of drinks at the crew bar, $2 beers, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, but the pivotal point was I was doing a small cruise ship out of Cape Canaveral, Florida. When Cape Canaveral, Florida was just one dock, not like this massive pier they have for Disney and everything now.
Yeah.
And there's a comedian named Jerome Kelly, black comedian. And at the time, he was very, very funny, and he was on the ships. And we finished our shows, and we're hanging like this, having a drink. He's like, "You should do comedy. You're really funny." I said, "Oh, I'm a magician. I do comedy." And I was 21, 22. So I do a couple of jokes. I'm not, but
yeah. You were like a super sincere, like.
No, I wasn't serious. I wasn't trying to be I wasn't trying to be. I wasn't trying to be the God persona, but I was serious. I was classy, and everything worked, and everything I touched worked, and I was magical, and I do the odd couple of jokes.
Yeah,
and
comedians always are funny. Like I saw Copperfield in Vegas, and he made me laugh a lot.
Yeah, because you can make a joke
you have
within
to have some relatability.
the item
right.
you're dealing with. When you have a prop, or you can play off something, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you don't lead with a joke, but you can fill it in. It's like filler almost.
That's right. Yeah, it's just a tag or something like that. Right?
So these comics will you do comedy.
It's almost like you have to have charisma to be a magician.
It's
or
debatable.
Mystery, I don't know.
Because let's be honest, magic is the only, and I think Steve Martin said this, magic is the only talent you can buy.
You can buy?
You can buy.
I don't know about that.
Where at that shop near Central Park?
Look, here, okay.
Because your ability, your dexterity with your hands is something that like I would never have, and I don't have anything close to it, you know?
You're right.
Yeah.
But if I do a card trick for you, which I can do it after, I see your cards right here, or we can go down to the magic shop and I'll buy a self-working trick, right? That's just as impressive what I can do with my hands, right?
Yeah.
We go to a lay person. We go to the middle of Iowa. We're playing for 500 people. And you and I have one trick each. No one knows whether we're magicians or comedians, right? And we do one trick each. And I do a card trick. I produce 4 aces. And we go down. I buy a trick for you that literally all you do is put, like, say, a box of cigarettes in another box, stick 2 knives through it, and cut the half out of it, and then put it back together and pull a box out. It's a self-working trick.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't know.
Yeah.
They think you're using the same skill that I did. That took me 4 years, 5 years to master. See, that's why I say, where, as a joke, you can give 10 people a great joke. You can give them the best joke in the book. Have them go in front of a microphone. Disastrous, because the microphone scares them. Stage fright. They're not used to people. They have no sense of timing or even what the line means.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll give you a violin right now, right? And I'll give you a trick that you push a button and slide, and the trick will just work.
Yeah.
Which one could you walk on stage the right way? See?
Yeah.
So that's my argument on that. And it's my industry. So no, I'm not knocking myself down. I'm just being real. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, I've done it for 35 years now, and I've got my own brand and my own thing. And yes, but it really is one of the only art firms you could go walk in and fool people and look amazing when really you're not that talented.
Yeah.
Do you like apply these tactics in real life? Like, do you trick women or men or whatever?
I don't think I do. I don't think I trick.
Like
I don't
friends?
think so. I mean, when I'm dating a girl or when I'm hanging out, I never used it. I think when I was younger, I tried to, because it was a attention thing.
Sure.
But I'm not like that. Like, I love attention when I want it. Because I can with the hair and the glasses, and I wear a nice suit and walk in and do the dance. Or I'm on stage, of course. We hit the stage and we can do our thing, right?
Yeah.
But when I'm off stage, like I'm here now, I'd be wearing a hat if I wasn't, but because I've been running around all day, I'd be wearing a hat, different glasses, and just a sweatshirt but I've been running around all day and I wanted to look the part for the interview right now.
Sure.
But normally it would be, if I'm at home, I'm in a robe, different glasses. I need glasses because I can't see a damn thing, but I'm well aware of when I walk out the door and what I look like. So there's times, I want attention, but there's other times where I'm really not. Like when I'm off, I'm off. Like if I'm going to date a girl, I'll ask her out and they want to go for a drink, and they may know I'm a magician or not. But I for them to get me to do a trick, it's like pulling teeth.
And I feel like sometimes it's hard to separate the persona from like the real self.
Sure it is, because it is a bit of us. It's just personified. It's more eccentric. You know what I mean? It's more a lot. You know what I mean? A lot. Like you hang with Amazing Jonathan or Carrot Top, and they're really like when they're off stage, they're really low key.
Yeah.
Like they're real, but the minute you hit the stage, like a lot of us, it's a gift. It just goes.
When did the moment happen where you were like, I'm going to create this persona that will be recognizable and brand me as Murray the Magician?
I grew up with everything that was a brand. Like I'm sure some of your influences. I was a huge fan of Phyllis Diller, a huge fan of Lucille Ball, Fred Astaire, and some modern people like Jim Carrey and.
Great influences.
Yeah, of course. And Minnie Pearl, if you don't know who Minnie Pearl is, she was a country singer, but parody kind of singer.
Yeah.
And she always dressed in she always looked old, even when she was young. Little church dress, really tight little church dress, ruffles, and a hat. But the hat, she always had a price tag hanging off it.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
She was like going to return it.
Yeah, whatever. But it was just a brand. Everyone knew, like she left it on. Like when you leave a tag in your shirt.
It's like when people leave their sticker on their lids.
That's right. But she
caps.
made it a thing. And something so simple. That's who. As soon as I say that with anybody of that era.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't even have to say her name. They know it was Minnie Pearl.
Yeah.
And so I love that fact that when you weren't famous, people could still talk about you and go, that guy with the that guy with the hair, or the guy with the weird nose, or those glasses, or he always was a propeller hat, or he has one long arm, one short. What's something that just because you never walk out of the gate being famous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought, well, how can I create a buzz or an interest of the people that I grew up? Liberace. He doesn't need those jewels to play the piano. I don't even know how he does it with all the jackets were worth like 400 pounds he wore sometimes. But and he wasn't the best piano player.
Yeah.
He's a great piano player, but he wasn't the best, Neither was Victor Borgia. And he's one of the best comic piano players in the world. Victor Borgia would be playing this gorgeous Bach Mozart piece and go flying off the end of the piano.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Because it's so serious and these people are all so stiff, and then he just flies and the whole thing drops and the thing drops.
Yeah.
And he stands up as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
He goes, I think I missed a note.
Yeah, yeah.
And he goes right back, and you can't beat that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So those are the people I grew up watching, and I thought, man, they're brilliant.
Yeah.
So when I started trying to develop myself, I realized I liked the Phyllis Diller thing, and I saw Rod Stewart, and I thought, man, he's in his late 40s, 50s at the time.
Yeah.
I thought he's old because I was young, and I thought that was old now, not so much. And I thought, well, that hairstyle never goes out. It's never in, and it's never out. It's just you.
Yeah.
And I wanted something to be a bit brandable, so at Halloween I decided just to mess it up and spray it orange and green. The hairspray you can put in. And some of the girls I was hanging out with going, it looks kind of cool. And I said, oh, thanks. I said, it was your face. I said, oh, maybe that's cool. Maybe not with the orange and the green. And then we went camping in high school with you boys and girls, and we all go camping. Right?
Yeah.
So I got out of my truck because they're all sleeping in the back of my truck in tents, and made coffee around the fire, kind of like this. And I had my boxer shorts on, a T-shirt, and my hair. I used to comb my hair nice, like I used to hang down. And
sure.
It was messed up like this, and I was making coffee. It was all to one side. And one of the girls said, "My God, you look really cute with your hair like that." And I thought, well, if it could be cute at 8 in the morning, why can't it be cute at 8 at night on stage? So I kept it, and that's kind of how that started.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So it's always a woman.
So I realized, always a woman, yeah. Always is, isn't it? At the end of the day, it always goes back to the vagina. And then the glasses, because I needed glasses, and I wore glasses, but I wore contacts on stage. And so why don't you wear proper glasses that stand out, because you have that look with your face.
Yeah.
And there's nobody doing it right now, and this is before, a lot of other people started doing the dark glass, Bobby Bones and all these other people, you know.
Sure.
And I said, yeah, that'll work. There's nobody in magic doing it.
Yeah.
And so now it's the thing, the hair and the glass. And I always
Got it.
wear blues usually, you know.
So how did you finally get, because your big break was America's Got Talent, right?
That was a large break. I never believe anything's a big break.
Sure.
Like it might be a big break to the person you're talking to, because that's when they first were introduced to you.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Like when you do TV, they go, oh my God, that's right, you're the guy from and you're like, oh my God, he did all this other great stuff.
No one's ever said that to me, but okay, go ahead.
It's coming. No, but you know what I'm saying. So I think that was a huge break for me. But I think it's all little breaks.
Sure.
Like one of my first breaks was being on the first season of Reno 911.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, that's right.
And I got out of the car drunk as a magician, pulling all this crap out. I didn't even think it would make 6 episodes. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. I mean, I did honestly.
You don't understand what's the point of the show. Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Because the jokes were so obvious to me, nothing was funny.
Yeah.
Like I know, but obviously I was wrong because it became a huge hit and
Yeah.
a cult thing, right? And so I got recognized by that. Oh my God, and I even called it Reno 911. I didn't, because it was a pilot. It never was on air.
Oh,
right?
you were in the pilot, right?
Well, the first season, but they shot the whole season, but it wasn't airing yet. So,
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't the pilot, but they got accepted for Comedy Central. So they got 13 episodes. So I was the 6th. So I just filmed this thing. Funny story. So now that everyone knows the show, I'm really excited 'cause I get booked. Come here for the audition. Halfway home I drive. I get the call in Prim on the way back to Vegas. You got the call. I said, really? He says, they want you. I'm like, oh, great. Something for the resume. Oh, just,
Yeah.
it's a...
The only good thing never happened in Prim, by the way.
You say that again, right? And so I said, great. So they want to shoot in a week and a half. So let me know. Great. So it's a union thing. I'm, oh my God, cool. I never did a union thing before, so I get a point for that. So I come in and so I get in the lot. They drive me and we'll take you to your trailer. I'm like, oh, I got a trailer.
What trailer?
Star Wagon. Never had one. And meanwhile, I camped all my life. Never got excited about a trailer, but now, very excited.
It's a different feeling.
It's
when
unbelievable, right? Isn't it true?
Trailer.
Isn't it weird,
It's
right? That
different.
sticker, Star Wagon's like, oh, this is great.
yeah, yeah.
So
Same crappy
different.
toilet, same crappy couch.
But it's parked in a studio lot.
I
so
know,
it's
right?
much different
Right? Isn't
than
it
a
weird?
campground.
Like, it's so weird to me. So anyways, but I was thrilled. So I'm walking with my buddy, who's my best friend, and also my guest actor on my show, Lefty, and we're walking down there. He's helping me. And all they said to me is, hey, Murr, like your look, don't change a thing. Blue suit, hair, and once you just pull a bunch of stuff. When she pulls you over for drunk driving, you're just gonna keep pulling stuff out of your jacket. So all the magician stuff you have.
Funny.
I'm like, all the okay, great, I got it. And then I'm thinking, I don't have magicians. It's like rubber chickens and I don't have any of that
Bunnies,
shit.
yeah.
I have none of it. So I had to go to a magic shop, drop $100 for the stupid union thing. I'm only getting paid $5.60 for or whatever. And I had to buy rubber chickens, and because I'm thinking what would be funny. So I'm thinking I got to really make this work.
Yeah.
So it's great. I got it all, and I thought, we'll just stick it everywhere, and I'll pull it out. We'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll have some direction.
Yeah.
So I'm walking down, and I don't know the show at all. It's not been on the air, remember? So I'm walking, and there's security outside one of the trailers onto my trailer. And I'm like, man, those shorts are short. And I'm like, now I don't remember, it's not been on the air yet. So I'm like, wow, his nuts are screaming. But I'm like, oh, that's nice. So I look at him I looked at my buddy. It's like, that's a hell of an outfit. I said, is that a security?
Yeah.
I said, I don't feel very scared. So we made a couple of jokes. I'm like, oh, well, whatever. It's North Hollywood. Yeah. So we go in our trailer and hang out. I'm like, wow, that's outstanding. This is great. It's going to be interesting shit. I wonder what it's about. So we were there at 7 in the morning, of course, and we don't shoot till noon. Literally, we break for lunch, sit down. I go to cut. I'm the last guy to get food. I cut into the steak. And they go, hey, your time to go to the set. I'm like, great. I got it.
Yeah.
Got one bite. Starving.
Yeah.
So I go back, and I don't know what I'm doing. They still haven't talked to me. No one's coming to me going, they just think I can just do this.
You do the magic stuff.
Bullshit on your ass.
Just do your magic stuff.
So so we're in the trailer. I said, Murray, you're going to be on set in half an hour. So now we're starting to figure this damn stick. I realize there's no direction.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're going to be working with Wendy. So, okay, Wendy's great. So I didn't know who Wendy was at the time. So we hop in the van, and we go to the set. There's a car, and there's a police car behind us. And great, you're going to handcuff. She's going to handcuff you, get out of them. Okay, you're going to be drunk. I said, okay, drunk. Great. So the camera's here. I'm like, okay. Great, so just get in, kind of. It's all right, great. So I sat in the car, and I thought we were blocking it. And they had Video Village behind us, and it was just on a street, like a random street.
Yeah.
And I get out, and we block it, and I pull some stuff out. And I go, so we finish it, and I go, is that what you want? Is that, yeah, but could you act a little more drunk? So I didn't act drunk at all, actually. I said, I just thought you were blocking the damn thing so you could see where stuff was coming
Oh,
up.
they were
'Cause
filming it, yeah.
It was totally improv. Like, there was no script on this show. None. They were just like, just do it. I'm thinking, well, I'm a magician, but I'm not a fucking magician. I mean, like, I am, but I'm not, right? So, so then all of a sudden, the security guy comes walking by again. I'm like, God, those shorts are killing me. And I'm like, doesn't anyone like that? And I had no idea.
Yeah.
So we finally did the scene, 3 takes. That's it. We're done. I said, you got that? You sure you got that? Yeah, we got it. And then it was like, just do one more take, but I want you to speed it up, but slow it down. I'm like, what? Speed it up? And so we did it. Go back to the trailer. I'm in the trailer. I knock on the door. There's my buddy, my gay security dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, man, come on in if you want. Just hang out.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I just want to say great job on the scene. I'm like, oh, I said, well, hopefully it was what you wanted. It was only 4 takes.
Well, you knew he was the actor.
I had no idea who
you
he
had
was.
No idea.
No.
Yeah.
I thought he was security for the trailer stuff.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the show. Remember,
Yeah.
it never aired. We just got called. Police, you pull shit out of your stuff. Great.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a whole series or a
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
part. So it was an hour. I didn't know it was a habit. So he says, hey, I just want to introduce myself to you. I said, I'm Thomas Lennon, and the creator of the show. Well, I almost fell down. I'm like, so you're the creator of the show?
Yeah.
I'm looking at him. Says, yeah. I said, I haven't done my scene yet, but I play one of the police officers. I'm Officer Dangle, and I'm supposed to be this very camp looking. I'm like, I thought that was really. I was just again. I'm like, wow, that's great. And then of course, Lefty, who's beside me, is like, holy shit, he stepped in it again. I didn't say anything. I'm like, you know what? Thanks for having me on your show. I hope we did it right. And I said, I hope congratulations. I hope it hits. Well, we hope it hits too. You never know. I said, yeah, you never know. And that was it. And I'm thinking, here, I thought it was security for a trailer. And he's actually the guy who wrote the goddamn show and Night at the Museum and all the shows. I mean, Thomas Lennon's phenomenal.
Genius. Yeah.
So, anyways, we became friends, and he likes magic and all that stuff.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. So that's a long and short story of that. So
that was Reno 9/11.
9/11, and all that crap.
And then
from then we did a bunch of reality stuff because I saw William Hung sing on American Idol, and I've won all these awards for 21 years, and no one knew who I was.
Yeah.
And then here's this guy who can't sing.
Yeah.
That's famous doing $30,000 corporates. I thought, okay, hold on.
Wait, William Hung was doing $30,000 corporates?
Yes, he was.
He was really successful.
He was that famous. Yes.
He was.
Wow.
I mean, when you said William Hung, I was like,
yes. Now we're in a hurry. We're caught up now. Now she's born. So now
sorry,
we're in.
I had to check my phone. I'm a millennial. Like, let
now
me
we're
be.
in. I know you are. So now I thought this is bullshit.
Yeah.
So and at the time, because of my moment of the comedian saying you really should be funny.
Yeah.
He sat down with me. He said, "Look, man, don't be a magician." This is on the cruise ship day way back. Says, don't limit yourself. Says, you're funny. Like when you say something, you have, like people like you, they get you.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but I'm a magician. I don't do comedy. I said, stop. I said, why don't you just be an entertainer? So not a magician, just be an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
Get the job done.
Yeah.
And that was it. I said, wow. I was like,
why narrow it down to one career path?
well, yeah, Sammy Davis was an
and be
entertainer.
multiple.
Sammy Davis, you don't think of as a singer.
Entertainer.
You don't think of as a dancer. You think of Sammy
like
Davis.
Michael
It's
Jackson
just
was an
Sammy
entertainer.
Davis. Exactly, right? You just really, right? So I thought, wow. And that's when everything changed.
Most icons
Wow.
are entertainers.
So
for the most part.
So at
Yeah,
that point,
for
you
sure,
you changed your whole act.
Yeah, everything went to comedy. Everything started, well, not overnight, as you know, because it takes forever to get
Yeah.
anything funny and right. So I started trying to figure out how do I make this bit funny? Because as you know, with comedy, you set a scene and you do a little monologue, and maybe it's 2 minutes, 6 minutes, but it's a whole set of something about something.
Yeah.
You don't always hop around unless you're doing the one-liners, and that's a different style, right? So with magic, I got this prop now that I got to maybe vanish a dollar bill and put it in an orange. Well, that's lovely, but how do you not just do a one-liner, just to do a one-liner, just out of nowhere?
You have to give an arc.
And then go back to your trick. Kind of should relate.
Yeah.
So now you got to write things about oranges or money and fruit, and it's just because it's a weird premise. You're forced to write certain things within the magic trick that might not even have a funny premise at all. So that was kind of a weird way to go with that. And so I started writing, and then I really wanted to be funny because I wasn't, and I thought I gotta stop the crutch of the magic tricks. Like I just got to go on stage, which is, as you know,
so you just went on straight up as a stand-up.
So I did the ships, moved to Orlando, Florida, still doing the magic, got married over there once, one of the marriages, and then I got an offer to go to Vegas, and so I got an offer at the Frontier Hotel. And I said, this is great. Headlining Vegas. Once again, not ready again. You know what I mean? Like I was always, but I always sold myself. I've always done this.
Of course, you got to.
Of course, right? Fake it till you make it. And I did this, and then, but I want to be funnier. But I knew they had open mics here at the Laugh Factory. And they had open mics at the Comedy Store on Mondays, right? You pull a ticket, wait the next week, right? And then you had to get down here at 9 in the morning, or you went the first 15 online, all that stuff, right? Yeah. So I didn't know this the first time. So I think, oh, open mics, I'll just drive in. I'll leave about noon, get there 4, sign up, go on at 7, right? As you know, that's not the case. So I drive in on my day off. So I got a headlining show at the Frontier in 2002 now. And I drive in, and I get here. Of course, the lineup is all the way up the street, and there's probably 35
Tuesday
people.
day at the Laugh Factory.
That's right.
Yeah?
They still have it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So there's like 35 people already. There's only 15 on the list. At least it was at the time, like way back. It was first 15, got to do 3 minutes or whatever it is now or whatever. But so I was like, first 15, holy shit, there's like 50 people. I'll never. So I sat there. I thought, well, I'm here. I drove all the way in. It's 4 o'clock. So, of course, we all put our names on the after list. Well, Christ, I was like 63rd. And I thought, well, I might as well come back at 7 and watch what's going on. I mean, I'm here. I drove all the way in for this. And I talked to a couple people at the Laugh Factory. I said, well, if you want to get here, you got to get here early. And you just sit here and you read a book. And I didn't know any of that game.
A lawn chair, yeah.
So I said, all right. So that went to the Comedy Store. How do you do this thing now? So I went over there and said, well, you got to pull the tickets on a Sunday. I can't remember now. You probably remember now better than I do. But you pull tickets on a Sunday or a Monday, but that's for the next week. So if you pull one of the tickets that has 1 through 15, you're going to be on, at least on the open mic. But it's not for this week. It's for
the following week.
So at least you know, and you got a week to prepare. But I can't remember if it was a Sunday or Monday.
Is it potluck?
Potluck. That's right.
Potluck,
yeah. What days do they have it now? It's still Monday, yeah. Okay, so it is Monday. So I couldn't remember. So I did that. So I went there and figured out that little. But I missed that by a day. So I got screwed here, and then Monday. But I went to watch whatever was going on there for that day, just in the small room. And so the next week I got it all together. So I decided, okay, I'm going to come in Monday, pull a ticket. So I drove in, tried to pull it. I got a ticket. So I got like 7 or 8 or whatever. I'm like, good. So that's Comedy Store for next week. Got it. And then I thought, well, I'll stay overnight, get a cheap hotel. And I used to stay at the Safari Inn down here.
I remember Safari Inn.
I love that place. Cheap. It was like $29 rooms. And so I pull another. Then I'd wait in line here, and I would get here at 9 in the morning, sit around, and then I got on, and I'd do 9 jokes that bombed and one that was kind of good, and I bring that joke back to Vegas.
Okay.
And put it in the show. Learn how to make that funny, and then bring those 9 suckers back in with one new one, and try to figure out what went wrong with those.
So this is like rinse, repeat.
Yeah,
rinse, repeat,
I would drive in on my day off.
That's crazy.
Here I got and people are like, why are you driving in to do a show here for free for 3 minutes? I said, because I want to walk on stage naked.
Yeah,
and as you know, it's scary, and so I thought, well, that's how I'm going to become funnier. So that's kind of how that happened.
Yeah.
And then the America's Got Talent was 2010, and then that's when it really took off in the sense of getting my name really out there a lot.
Yeah.
And exposure-wise, and just because it was great TV. And that's at the same time the internet really was kicking now, obviously.
Yeah.
And YouTube started to pick up and everything. and then as that came around, I toured like you do, and you play the clubs and different venues. And I went to Europe. I played Japan and Europe and Brussels and all over the place. And then finally I ended up coming into the YouTube world, which is huge.
Yeah.
And then literally like 2 weeks ago, we just hit 1 million subscribers.
1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Subscribers,
Jesus, that's huge.
Yeah, isn't that great? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So now I just shot a video with a super cool YouTuber today. Justine, her name is, and she's been doing YouTube since 2006.
Wow.
And she is so successful. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now listen, we wanted to have you do a magic trick for us in front of the camera while we're still running.
Yes.
Can you want to be the Emily? You want to be the Rube?
Assistant?
Yeah. Can you? Well, yeah. You can. Yes, you can.
Don't let your side on fire.
Oh yeah, don't let your ass on fire.
But that's part of the magic, isn't
But if
it?
it happens,
And
you'll
get
know.
it out,
Murray,
he's magic
Murray, you
now.
have like 8 million stories, man. I wish we could have you for like 5
I
hours.
love Murray.
Yeah, but we gotta close out.
The stories are really good, but they're just life things.
All right, let me step here.
Well, I'm gonna. These cards. Oh, these are brand new. Aren't they? You just got them.
Murray is also
You can tell it's like a
dating
fresh
a
day.
girl
Wow,
that
it's slippery, huh? Yes, it
he's
is.
dating a girl I used to date.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Good
isn't that
stories,
cool?
I'm sure. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I
is
mean
it?
she's a really great girl.
No, she's awesome. Danny's amazing.
Yeah. It's always like when somebody you
Also
dated, they're
very-
dating somebody you like, dating somebody you like. You're like, oh, that's cool. That makes me happy.
You're like, if you approve of them, it's fine.
Yeah. But then
No,
part of
she's
me
a
is like,
great
I guess Murray's better than me. That's the second thing that happens.
No, that's not it. It's all about timing.
Are you guys actually dating?
No, we're fucking. No, we're dating. Of course we're dating.
Is your ex?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we're dating. We've been together
Well,
for
that's
a
not
year
really.
now.
It wasn't really an ex.
I went to see
You
you.
wait till the
with
end of the
her.
podcast to bring
Yeah,
up the baggage.
it's actually really.
Like,
It's,
this
no,
would
it's not
have been
baggage.
interesting
It's
in
not
the
baggage.
beginning.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Uh,
I've been married a
Like,
bunch of times.
no, he and her came to a show, but you guys weren't dating
You have so
yet.
much money for divorces. 'Cause
Exactly.
You've been saving up since you were 12.
Exactly. So I can get divorced a few times.
All right, how's she gonna see this?
Well, the camera has to see it. I want to use the table.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where
so-
should I stand? Should I sit? Should I, like, kneel?
Sit in the, right here beside me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll do.
Hold the mic.
Do I need
No.
the mic? I
Yeah,
think
you're-
I'm just like a
Okay.
prop when it
Okay.
comes to magic.
Good
Well
call.
then. There you go. See?
Gender equality doesn't apply to magic.
Now, what?
Yes.
Now, in terms of like having sleeves or not having sleeves, what is that about? Because I know I feel like now the trend is magicians don't wear sleeves. So they would say, "Look, I'm wearing,"
Yeah.
you know,
Because they don't want to pull anything up their
they want to
sleeve.
show you
Yeah.
that like I can do this without sleeves. Is a trick up your sleeve a real thing? Was
But
that
it's
like?
not, no, when you think of it, just think about this for a second. Say we take like say I did hide a card in my sleeve. It's not easy to get a sleeve. Like so say I did that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not easy. You can try to slide a card out, but you would know if I was pulling out of my sleeve.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's other ways to fool people versus using your sleeve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people think it's overrated, the sleeve thing. So
Yeah.
So but let's do it. Have you ever helped a magician?
I can't say I have.
Here we go. How many times you open to cut the deck? 2 or 3?
3.
3. You like that? Okay, once, twice.
Make an
3
odd
times.
number.
Okay, great. And then we'll cut it one more time for good luck. And then do you ever play cards?
Never.
Never. All
Like
right.
euchre in high school.
Okay. Well, what's a good card in the deck? Like if you were to say, say,
Oh, the Joker?
well, that wouldn't. Yeah, well,
Is
yeah.
that
but-
even in the deck?
Yeah, it is. But say like you're
Don't
gambling.
be difficult,
Like if you-
goddamn
An
Emily.
ace. Ace is always good.
Aces are good too, right? Okay. If do you ever gamble?
Never. Unless
Yeah.
a guy gives me money in Vegas. then
Or
here
unless
you
she
go.
has sex without protection.
Okay.
Nice, good, nice. Hey,
But yes.
perfect, perfect. On that note, I would
I don't think
have
that's gambling, no.
That's just Tuesday for Emily.
Yeah, right.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yeah. So you cut the deck once, right? Twice, 2, and then 3 and 4 times. You look really carefully. There's your 4 aces, just like that.
What?
That's it. That's where we're at. You said ace, right?
I did.
There you go. And you
4
said sex on
aces.
Tuesday. Well, we got the aces. Sorry about that.
So the whole point of that trick was to show that you could pick the ace.
Well, not like any card you said, but you just have. If you said 2 of diamonds, then you got
How'd
that.
you do it?
It's magic.
That's a new deck of cards.
Yeah, it is. It's really they're slippery as hell, but it is new, right? Yes, they're not a stacked deck or anything. 'cause
Do you
they're
prefer
yours.
cards to be new, or do you like them a little
Oh
bit
no,
worn
they're
in?
great when they're worn in because they're so hard to use. But it's okay. Let's do this thing. So there's 4 aces, right?
There are.
4
See what
aces.
I'm doing?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
See the light?
Yeah.
And it's 4 aces. So red, black, red, black. So you're gonna help me. Tell me your name again.
Emily.
Put your hand on Emily. So the top card is what color?
Black.
Yes, got that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Black. It's gonna go in your hand.
Way to
Don't do
forget
that.
my name.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it once though. So hey, you look like a Brittany. That's what I was gonna say.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Emily's ugly.
Yeah, that's right. So you got at least a Y. Yeah. So what color?
Another black.
So what color?
Black.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, but
you
don't
just
look
slipped a red to me.
No, don't let it go.
I did
Don't let it
look,
go.
and it was a red.
No, no. What about the other one?
Black.
No, you gotta pay attention. Drink more. So
Whoa, no,
Yeah.
you just tricked me.
well,
this-
because you
this
were
was a
messing with
black.
the trick. See, that's what happens.
This is
you
black.
wait till the trick finishes.
So you don't
and
want
see.
people like me doing magic with you.
You can. It's
You
just,
can't be a-
You need
I mean,
to pick more
can.
submissive
No,
people
no,
that
no,
do
no,
these
you
tricks.
can, but it just changes the whole trick.
That's what
You can do
you're
this
doing.
all night, but I just keep changing the trick.
But I
now.
still am confused of how the red card got in my hand because
That
there was a
wasn't the
black
trick,
ace
though.
to begin.
Exactly, because I changed it on you. So you missed the whole trick. So you missed the whole routine.
Emily,
There.
just
All
breathe.
Done. See? All done. See?
I might not be
See?
meant for being a magician's assistant.
No, you just have to
And that's
enjoy.
okay.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like if you were doing your monologue and then every second word somebody yelled at you, and you try to get a laugh.
I don't do monologues.
Well, how about a joke?
Okay.
Every second word in a sentence, somebody yelled at you.
Yeah.
You could never get the laugh.
Right. I
You
don't
can't
know
be an
what
You're
you're
doing it
assistant.
to me now.
I
You
was
can't.
interrupting
You're
you.
being like the
Totally.
equivalent of a heckler to a
Exactly.
I
magician.
mean, I can
Which
tell
is
him
fine.
leave. Why doesn't Bill be the
Perfect.
beautiful
No,
assistant?
no,
Exactly.
okay, you
no,
gotta-
just watch. Seriously. No, I'm just sharing that with you. You can talk to me, and you're never gonna stump me.
This is good though
because
because have you ever dealt with a difficult assistant?
40 years of my life.
All right, cool. So this is nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
This
No,
is
no, no.
Tuesday.
Yeah, but if you want to see me do something kind of cool, just let me do it. You know what I mean? Or you can watch.
Guys say that to me
And
all
I-
the time. They're like, yo, just
See,
shut up and like let me do my thing.
Exactly. So what's another good card in the deck? Jacks,
The
queens,
fucking queen.
queen, perfect. And then what's another good card? Go for it.
The 2.
That's a shit card.
Well, you know what? Now you're not even allowing me to have opinions
Exactly.
on the deck.
Of course. No. What's it? I mean, a good card.
Probably
Choose
like
not a good
Queen and
card.
Kings.
Yeah, and jacks. Any picture card.
I'm not a
These are
big
high.
card player.
Okay. So any picture card is a good card. So, I'm gonna try to find the 2 jacks. Okay. How many jacks are there?
4.
Okay. What are they? What suits? Hearts. Queens,
Hearts.
spades.
Yep.
And
Clubs.
Okay. So let me try to find. Here we go. 2 jacks. That's it. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 jacks. So that's 2.
We
of
got a
them.
club and a heart, people.
And then there's 2 more jacks. Jack of spades and jack of
Diamonds.
diamonds. Watch.
I'm so smart.
You're on it. That's it. You see that? No?
I didn't think I was supposed to.
Oh, no, yeah, you're supposed to see it.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna, that's it. There it is. That's the jack of diamonds.
There she is, people.
There it is. And then the third one is what?
Clubs.
The spades.
What do you say?
Jack of spades. Jesus. It's not. It's a joker. That's actually jack of spades, right? There you go.
Wow.
That's the trick, see? Same trick I was going to do with the ace.
Very impressive.
Can you make me disappear?
Oh, that's easy. Fuck them bell.
I need to leave. It's about that time of the night. That'd be a great benefit to the viewers, to Bill,
know,
to
right?
everybody.
You're great.
Do we just need like a blanket?
Yeah.
You have one more for us for the
Sure,
closer.
Of course. You do trick with me.
Okay.
So, this is actually a great trick. And the reason I'm saying is because you guys are going to do it, not me. So if it screws up, it's your fault.
Okay, I like that.
All right?
I love how the magician blames it on us.
Yeah. So does anyone play? Do you play poker?
A little bit.
Okay, what's a good hand in poker? Tell me.
Full house,
Okay.
royal flush.
Good. What's a royal flush? Jack, king, 10, Jack, king, queen, ace.
Yeah.
And then what's a good? What do you play? Blackjack or poker? See, I play blackjack.
I play blackjack probably.
More than poker.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. What do you don't play anything?
No.
Old maid. We had this discussion.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
go.
I remember things. Yeah.
At least I don't play Go Fish. That's like the worst card game.
Is it really? I don't even know how to play the game.
Exactly, because it sucks.
So okay, so that's a good card, right? And then name a black card from any black card. Doesn't really matter.
4
Okay.
of clubs.
Excellent.
4! I feel like a kindergarten. I'm like, duh, 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 duh.
I can come up with a number and
Right.
a gender.
Now keep an eye on this.
With the suit.
here.
Okay.
So I'm not getting off.
4 of clubs and a
So
jack.
Jack, so what's important is this is red and this is black. Nothing else matters. All right. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do the deck 3 times. All right. And then you guys, we're gonna separate the deck because the 2 cards, 26 and 26, red and black.
Yeah.
So don't worry about the suit. Just worry about the color red, black, red. Okay. I'm gonna hold the card over, and we're gonna go back and forth, and you say whether you think it's a red card or a black card. That's all you gotta say.
Okay.
All right. And that's it. We're gonna do the whole pack.
Okay.
Super simple. Got it?
Yeah.
We'll go back and forth. All right. So here we go. Red or black?
Red.
Okay. Red or black?
Black.
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 Red.
Red.
Black.
Red.
Red.
Black.
Black.
Not bad. Come on.
Red.
Red. Thanks, Bill.
Red.
Red.
Black.
Black.
Yeah, put it there. Huh?
Black.
Black.
Red.
Nice.
Mm.
Red.
Okay.
Black.
Not bad.
Red.
Black.
Red.
This is just
You
this
know
is my
what?
second
No,
show on the cruise
fucking
ship.
black.
45
Actually.
minute
I
session.
changed my mind. It's
Huh?
black.
You want to do black?
I want to change my mind to black.
Yeah. Then I say this one should be red.
You feel good about that?
Yeah.
Good.
Black.
Black.
Black again.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Red.
You sure?
No, black.
You said red though. You want red?
I want black.
You sure?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
saw it.
Okay, red.
Red now?
Yeah.
All right. Not bad, huh? So let's do this. Close your arm. That's not bad. Look at that, 2 kings. Let's switch these two. Okay, so let's pretend that didn't happen.
That's tricky.
That was like more of a practice thing to see where you guys are at.
This is a long game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a long game. It's 52.
Yeah.
How many cards in the deck?
52 long.
Dang.
52. All right. Let's go.
Are we still going?
Yeah, the whole deck.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Black. Just say black for all of them at this point.
Red.
Black.
Red.
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 Black.
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 Red.
Black.
Red.
Black.
Red.
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 Black.
Nice.
Red.
Black.
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 Red.
Nice. Give yourselves a round of applause. Very good.
Yeah, we
Very
did it.
good.
We did it, Emily.
You did a very good job, you guys. Now, usually you guys are going to have to help me on this, all right? So, here's what we're doing. The piles here. Piles here. Jesus, this table is such a... Here we go, all right? The black pile, red pile, red pile. Let's want to see how good you did. All right, here we go.
Let's go, guys. Let's see how our intuition worked.
Red.
Oh.
Not bad.
Come on.
Let's try the black. Another red.
No way. Stop. Yo, you're a real magician.
Try the black.
Yeah.
My mind is fucking blown. I wish I could like use my emoji that has the mind blown right now.
There you go. You guys
Wow,
are hired.
that's
You guys are
amazing.
What the hell?
You guys are amazing.
You're amazing.
By the way, Murray, you're the second.
Murray,
You're the
I'm so
second guest that
impressed.
she wants to sleep with tonight.
Nice.
Stop it. I didn't want to do the first
2 for
one.
2, baby.
Relax. No,
That
I don't
was-
need someone tricking me. I get tricked enough in my daily life. I need a magician.
Nice. So there you go. So
Wow.
Murray, that was man. I'm so glad you came. It's so glad. I want
'Cause
to
I
hear
was
more,
really
but
looking at the deck. Like I was like trying to like see if
I know.
like,
That's
did
why. That's
anything.
why it's a fun trick. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool, right?
yeah,
It's kind of
really
neat,
cool.
right? Because it really does fool you. See, that's what I mean by the mind. It's more technical in your head than it really is. But
there
that's how we
advice you
think
can
as
give
humans.
us
We
in, like,
always,
daily
you know,
life?
huh?
Is there advice you can give us in daily life so we don't miss these cues?
That is for the other guest. That is for the guru of comedy.
We've had a great cast of characters tonight.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
a really fun night.
No, I think, I've always said this, and it's funny, but it sounds so cliche. You really do have to live for the day and the moment. And, and the biggest thing I've lived for in the business, and you guys can agree or disagree with me, is, and this is how I always think you keep getting better or worse, is you're only as good as your last show.
Yeah.
And I've lived by that my entire life. Because you can kill it. You can destroy a room. That doesn't mean the next night you walk, never take it for granted, because we've done that, at least I have.
Yeah,
You can
for
suck
And
sure.
you
it
walk in,
together.
I've got this. And you walk on, and the first 10 minutes, you go, oh, you could be kidding me.
Yeah.
And the whole show is like the Himalayas. You're trying to get up that hill.
Yeah.
And you thought you had them in the palm of your hand. Well, it's a
Yeah,
different
you
audience.
thought you
a different-
cracked the code. And you
Exactly.
figured it out. Yeah.
And you realize, oh my God, I got to actually work for this again. So
Yeah.
you never, like, that's why, and then sometimes you'll have a crappy show, but don't let that let you down either, because that you only go as your last show. Well, okay, yeah, right. Okay, well then go out there and disprove
Yeah.
the disaster that happened the night before, because you will.
Yeah.
I work all the time like you do, Bill, and you work, right, a lot?
I think so.
Okay, good. So, the point is that when you the more you work, the better you get. But even if you destroy, you do the same lines and the same material,
It doesn't work all the time.
well, it's not that it doesn't work all the time. Sometimes the audience isn't ready for it. I did a show with Larry the Cable Guy and Alice Cooper, all right?
Yeah.
High-end event in Arizona. High event. This is this $10,000 table of 8 people. They
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
these things and they're bidding on stuff. And it's for Alice Cooper's Solid Rock Foundation. And I love Larry.
Sounds
I
fun.
think he's great. Very funny. Got his brand. Well, this crowd, it was the 10,000 table crowd,
Yeah.
not Oklahoma, not Iowa. And it's Scottsdale, Arizona.
Scottsdale's a fun city though.
Lovely city. But
Shout out to
Larry the Cable
Scottsdale.
Guy, it's really not. And he walked out there and he did good, but
Yeah.
not
but not.
Great. I've seen him destroy because his material's
Of
pretty
course.
It
solid,
just
right?
depends on the vibe.
Yeah, but usually you think, at least I do, I always think it's somebody at his level where he's doing
should
arenas.
kill
every
time.
time.
And he's done it for so long. He's got that hook, and he's got so many damn lines. He can just bounce back to old material just to save
Yeah,
the day
yeah,
and
yeah.
get through a show. Where, you know, it's interesting to see someone at his level as well that he was trying to find the audience, and they couldn't relate.
Yeah.
He's talking about money issues and trying to save up for dinners and all that. Well, these people, they
have
pulled in a
money,
Rolls
they have
Royce. They got a
jobs.
Maserati. And it doesn't, there's no,
Yeah.
you know, eating ramen, and there's no, you know what I mean, like TV dinners and all the stuff he talks about, you know.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting shock because I opened, thank God, because I love opening, because when you open, you're always the best.
Yeah, no
Because there's no one to
responsibility.
follow. Nothing was worse after somebody destroys you. Like,
Yeah.
you've got to be kidding me. And I thought, oh, thank God Larry's after me, because I do not want to go after Larry, or obviously Alice, but he's obviously the headliner.
Yeah.
So, and I thought, phew, thank God that's over with. You know, it went great because I was the opening act, so and did my normal stuff. And I watched him, and he was just good. And that
yeah.
was it. And I said, is it just me, or am I was? And then two of my other crew members said, no, that was just good. He kind of just got through that. That was not. I said, okay,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
I didn't. You know, maybe I was expecting so much, or I've seen too
Yeah.
much of him.
And he was
I'm
already a
so used-
household name at this point too.
Of course,
yeah?
it was last year. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
wow.
So yeah, so you know.
You can't expect every performer to be perfect all the time.
Well, no, but
But you can expect
I
a certain-
feel like
yeah.
that
You can
level.
expect a
I do.
standard.
I do though.
I guess it depends on how bad you feel like he did.
Like, I just feel like when you walk in a room like that was about 1,000 people, you know, they were all ready to be entertained.
But did he bring it? And they just weren't
Yeah,
receiving
well,
it?
They
his
just
lines were the
relate.
same. He dressed the same. I
Well,
mean, he
then
didn't
it's not
change
his
anything.
fault.
Oh, I always blame the entertainer. I never blame the audience.
I agree with you on that.
No,
I
agree with
never
that
blame the
completely.
audience.
But sometimes I feel like maybe
Never.
it was just like a
If
disconnection.
he can't get the audience, then it's your own goddamn
I
fault.
feel like he wasn't.
And we're all
reading-
been there.
I feel like he
But we
wasn't
do. We
reading
walk
the
with that.
room.
They were shit. We all do that.
Maybe
you
he
know,
wasn't
but-
reading the room correctly.
Oh, he wasn't
He
in the
was
room.
too caught up in his like standard bits.
That's
that he wasn't
right.
able
He
to
took
adjust.
it for granted that they would accept
happens.
him
But he
for.
can't
you know.
suddenly
I feel like you're good at
rewrite
adjusting.
to like, you know.
Exactly.
Because you kind of
Yeah.
gotta, you can tell right away if they're like feeling you or not, and you
Sure.
should be able to adjust. Maybe
You would
he's-
assume, yeah.
Maybe
no.
he was so stuck in like his shtick that he couldn't win it
Yeah.
over.
The only time he started picking up was when he started talking about how he got the Mater role in Cars.
Oh, yeah.
He's a tow truck, right?
Yeah.
So how he got the tow truck role, and that twigged because all these people have kids
They
that
have
watch
kids
that.
that can
Now,
relate to that, of course.
yeah. So he kind of did that, and that kind of saved him a little bit. But it was interesting because I'm a fan, you know. But it was. I hate saying
A
it was
lesson.
nice to see, but it was a lesson exactly
Yeah.
to go because we all have those show going, man. Why did I did this? The work. I did this stuff, and I felt right. But man, and you
Sometimes
know,
it's just
and you can
like
only
the
change a
thing.
joke so much to make it fit that audience because it's a
For
joke
sure.
and it's about something, right? So,
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
yeah. So that's my 10,000 words of wisdom instead of one line, but
Thank you
it's
so
Yeah,
only
that's
as good
great.
as your last show, you know.
Yeah.
And I've always lived by that.
And that applies to relationships too, and
Sure
everything
it
else.
is.
You got every day is a
Everything.
new- Yeah.
You're only as good as your last park job. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, I parked
And
like
it's super
crap
cute
across
that
the
you guys
street.
dated the same girl. That's really cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that nice? It's cute.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you
I-
going
I-
We're
actually-
Dick Brothers.
Are you
Yeah,
going
we
home to
are.
her right now? Are you going home to her right now?
Here-
No,
here's
she's
the-
in Vegas. I'm
Murray,
going back.
Murray actually.
guys should like both
he
go.
he posed naked in Playboy.
Oh,
Playgirl.
Playgirl. I did
Yeah.
actually. And you're the first interviewer to bring that up ever.
Really?
Can you believe that?
You're
That's
the only
amazing.
magician.
Yeah.
To
We
do
can't
a
wait to look forward to the
full
spread.
spread.
Yeah, hello. Easy.
I actually, yeah.
Is there a
Easy.
PDF
That's
file
funny.
online available for
I don't know,
everybody
but there's
listening?
a few people. There's a few photos and few people's phones. I know that, but yeah, yeah. But
Murray's
no,
got
no,
tricks and nudes, you guys.
No, yeah, it's funny.
Follow
The
Murray.
first person asked me that. That's funny.
Not that he needs
Because I
that,
try to
he's
always
1
bury
million
that a little bit.
Why would you want to bury that? I
Well,
think
because
that's
it's not
great.
something that I always brag about. It's one of those things that if you do enough research, you know me well enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And most people
It's like,
don't.
guys, why are we talking about my big dick?
Ex-
Come
what?
on. I don't,
What?
now here we are
Let's
talking
make
about my
magic.
big
Let's-
dick.
things are
Jeez,
magical
I can't
tonight.
believe we're
Let's
talking
not
about
make
my
it
big
about
dick
that.
right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's funny you brought that up. So yeah. So there you go. Well, I wanted another thing to be different for people to talk about.
Yeah.
And go. Did you know that when you walk? Did you
Negro?
hear about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that guy in the corner? Yeah. He
Yeah.
does magic. He does magic. Yeah. That
Yeah.
weird looking dude. And did you know what else? No, fucking. Because it's like if a girl walks into a
Sex
party,
rules everything.
you go. She was in Playboy. No, she wasn't. And all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
yeah, yeah.
Who
It's
reads,
great.
Who reads Playgirl?
So.
And I guess
nobody.
so. We do shows back to back in Vegas, and
Yes.
your merch machine is unbelievable. You
I
have
buy
it
a
incorporated into the
t-shirt.
show.
That's right, and I do
and
bits
you
on
have-
all the bits.
Everyone lines up, and after my show, I'm like, someone buy a T-shirt. There are like 3 people.
You
You
got
got
maybe.
great T-shirts though. The,
Great
the,
T-shirts,
white
but no one's
trash.
buying
right?
them,
Or
but you
whatever
have
it
it
is.
What do
like-
your t-shirts say?
They say halfway, half.
Oh,
trash.
halfway. Yeah, it's really
Half
good.
what?
You want one? It says halfway, half
I'd
trash.
love one.
I'll give you a
It's actually great. They're
Like,
really
I'll wear it
good.
to bed. Probably, maybe like tucking into a pair
Thanks
of
for the
mom jeans.
sympathy.
Nice.
But he'll have like 100 people lined up, and after the show, I'm like, "Bang, come on, guys, $10. Whatever you can give, donate it."
And a hug. I'll give you a hug.
That's great,
true.
man.
But it's all about the sell as well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I know, and you incorporate it into your acting.
And
in
I
a very
hate doing
seamless
it.
Way.
I hate doing it, but then I realized I didn't mind doing it.
Yeah.
Long as I could find a joke, because everything
Yes.
I do, I make jokes about.
Of course.
You
Yeah,
know.
and you do it really seamlessly.
Yeah, kind of knock yourself
And then you
down,
feel
yeah.
bad, and then you get that $20 bill in your hand. Like,
I
that's a
just
pretty
wanna
good.
talk
That's
about how
about-
he looks so young.
Thank you.
He does.
I'm very shocked you had a business in '93.
Isn't that weird?
Yes, it's very weird.
Yeah, I know. I'll trade your
Canadians
ages.
don't
crack.
I don't know, something
Yeah,
like that.
I
right.
don't know, guys. Go to Canada.
I know. I try to take care of myself, though.
I think you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
All that magic. He's
Yeah.
got magical skin.
Okay, Emily hits another guest. This is going to be the name
Not
of my
hitting on
podcast.
anybody.
A little bit.
I'm just being charming.
I know.
Charming.
And a little bit wine drunk, because I did kind of get. I was like drinking a lot of this yellowtail.
We're not done yet. Come on, one more.
No.
Well, yeah, I'll have it a little more, sure.
So is there anything that you want to plug coming up? Or you have your show at the Las
We'll have
Vegas
Laugh Factory. When are you back there? When you come back? Do you have a date yet or not?
there, like, every
He's
day.
so great, though. Honest to God. And
Really? I thought
just
he was
to
terrible
no,
looking.
just
I
to
thought
blow
he
his
was
own horn for a
amazing.
second, or blow your horn, is the fact that I was such a fan of his material, though. I mean,
That's how I
because
met him. I was like, yo, I love your bits on the vegan stuff, because like I had a really annoying experience with vegan. I'm like, it spoke to me.
are you vegan?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's why his bits.
No,
spoke
yeah,
to
I felt
me.
that, but I just wanted to clear that.
Yeah.
No, but I just like your style, and you commit. Talk about committing.
He commits to
because
his
the last
jokes,
guest
even
that was
if
on,
you don't
know what I mean.
pander.
He, that's what he mentioned. Don't fall short in your bits.
He
And
doesn't
we do that
pander,
a
which I
lot
like.
sometimes, because you have a new bit and you go, oh God, and you just back out of it, and you're like,
Yeah,
and you never
of
get the
course.
true whether it worked, you know.
Commit.
Yeah.
You have a point
And I love
of view
that.
on stage.
Well, you have to commit, because
So.
if you go 75%
Oh,
and
it's
it's
been
offensive,
terrible.
then
Yes.
everyone will see the weakness and be like,
That's right.
then hate you.
That's
They
right,
can
and you got to
feel
own
it.
it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. And I like that about. And my mother loved you as well.
Oh, cool.
And he was it's funny because after the show, because goes left and right with his show and,
And
dirty
she's
and that.
Scottish, so.
Yeah, exactly. But she's also, of a different. She's of a Lawrence Welk caliber, and so he talks about some lovely stuff, And so after the show, he's like, "Mom, I got to let you know. I hope it wasn't too much." Mom just laughs it off. She thought it was great because I just wanted to feel the dating bits and stuff. I didn't want you to.
Yeah,
No, I loved it.
get
It was
weird
funny.
with the
She's
threesome.
like,
Yeah.
because it's what it is. It's comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
And I
course.
love it, but I just like the stuff that you talk about, and it's very real, and you do commit, and that's half the battle, I believe. You know what I mean? Is committing and getting in there and just
Yeah.
sharing your opinion.
You make me feel a lot better than my act than Kirk Fox did. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
well,
that.
but I mean that though, and I'm not saying that for any other reason because
No,
it is
no.
good. And I'm a fan, and I've always said that.
Yeah,
you
I'm a
know
fan of
what I mean?
yours.
So,
You're right. And if you guys,
so-
if you got to check out it's
But-
Murray the Magician on YouTube.
Yeah, well, yes, Magic Murray on YouTube.
Magic
and
Murray on
yeah,
YouTube,
we
yeah.
just like said hit over 1 million subscribers. We're at almost 1 point. We just hit 1.1 million subscribers today, and then our views are over. Yeah,
That's a
isn't that
huge
crazy?
deal. Yeah.
Yeah,
And views
yeah,
over a
oh.
billion,
Fucking high
probably.
five.
One over a billion
All that.
views.
Over a billion views.
And,
Thanks for letting me be like the magician's assistant. you guys.
Magic
Very nice
Murray.
job. A little rough at the beginning, but you landed the plane nicely.
You
Yeah,
mean,
it's
like,
very
in the
good.
card thing?
Yeah, but you're back though. You're in now. Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know
good.
that today I was gonna wake up
Yeah.
and be a magician's assistant.
Well,
I wasn't prepared
lucky
for this
day.
role.
Well
got
done.
that off the bucket list, didn't we?
And
Sorry, I
so,
was more submissive.
if people want to find your stuff, it's
Okay.
Magic Murray on YouTube, and then on Instagram and everything else. is
Yeah,
what?
it's Murray Sawchuck, Magic Murray, and then all Magic with Murray. You type Magic and Murray in there, and you'll see all my stuff, and maybe even
Awesome.
get a dick pic. If you're
Well,
lucky.
hey man, so great to hang out with you. You're the best, man.
Thank you for hanging out. I
Such
love
a
this
great
backyard
magician.
vibe and everything,
Yeah.
man. Thank you.
Make sure you check out Murray Sawchuck, Magic Murray,
All that good
Murray
stuff.
the Magician,
Yeah.
YouTube, Las Vegas Laugh Factory. That's Bill Dawes signing off from the Afterlaugh.
It's the afterlaugh, afterlaugh. Welcome to the afterlaugh, afterlaugh, afterlaugh. Afterlaugh, man. Go ahead, pull up a chair.